Well, we'll venture into that territory next.
Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey Show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh? To lighten him up, loud.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
At the lighten up.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt. And he's not fat. We got all his guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Welcome, my friends. Welcome, my friendlies, to the Countrified Outlaw Radio.
And nothing gets me down. You got it tough. I've seen the toughest around.
Everybody.
And I know, baby, just how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
You got to roll with the punches and get to what's real.
Day.
You see me standing here, I got my back against the record machine.
Hank Halen.
Ain't the worst that you've seen.
Day.
Can't you see what I mean?
Welcome, my friends. Now, you gotta get jumped on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Might as well jump.
Day.
Go ahead and jump.
There's some clever folks out there, man, putting really cool mixes together. And I wish I could give them credit, but I don't have their name. My mic's up just a little. Just a little.
Did we pick up a station in El Paso?
Could have. Why? Yeah, yes. Hey, what do Ariana Grande and dog crap have in common? Anyone? The older they get, the whiter they turn. You see what happens there if you... So he was laughing, but I couldn't hear him on mic. Tattoo Dave, our producer.
Is my mic not working?
Who is back. Well, now it is.
It was on.
Rosie O'Donnell, or Donut, announced she has officially moved out of the country. Turns out she was tired of being mistaken for Jack Black. So, see, she had to get out. China executed 4 Canadian nationals over drug charges. Out of habit, Canada wrote China a thank you note. So you see, that's what Canada, what they do. There are a lot of nice people in Canada.
They're all nice.
None
They really could have pissed the Canadians off by tariffing them.
Yeah, well, I don't think that'll never happen. But yeah, a lot of nice folks there. But the folks who are running the country, dip asses.
True dummy.
Arizona Democrat Representative Raul Jalva has died at the age of 77, my friends. The second House Democrat to pass away during this session of Congress. According to the coroner's report, both died of embarrassment. You see, so they had to they had to go. They left. And scientists have successfully genetically engineered mice to have thick hair like the extinct woolly mammoth. The scientists say it was either that or work on a cure for cancer. So, they decided, so last week on the show, big birthday bash, and thanks to Tony Orlando and all the rest for calling in and wishing yours truly happy birthday. It was a great time. Lori Downey Jr. showed up. I mean, how do you have a bad time when Lori's here? Well, you can ask Pete in Oregon because he's been around with when we've been out with Lori. You won't believe the things he blames on Lori. By the way, some of them very true. We had the opportunity one night after I brought on BTO on stage. Randy Bachman and Fred Turner, we had the opportunity.
Over the Candy Club in Aurora Hills.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We had the opportunity to head over there to Robert Hayes' house, right there in Malibu Lake.
Yeah.
Would have been the last time we could have spent
Great
some
place.
time there before it burned up in that great fire. So, and Robert Hayes, always the affable, greatest party guy of all time, Captain Stryker from Airplane 1 and 2. We had that opportunity. And Lori sort of screwed that up for us, right, Pete? Pete in Oregon.
Well, Pete never got to go over to his house.
No, that's because of Lori Downey Jr.
Bitch.
So,
Did I say that out loud?
Well, no. What I heard.
She knows I take it.
No, what I heard is you called Pete a bitch.
I
That's
did.
yeah, that's what
It was
I heard.
a little bit.
So, this man, no names, but a friend of mine in Oregon. He said when I emailed you yesterday, I almost included a blurb about there must be a financial reason Rick Dees is kissing Ellen K's ass. But I didn't because I couldn't think of any scenario where they would be working together again on the same station. And then this morning, there's this. Now, I will read this, and this connects all the dots. And regardless, I love the great Rick Dees. He's been a friend for many, many years. The most talented morning top 40s. No, I'm not kissing his ass. I'm telling you the truth. This is my opinion. The greatest top 40.
He's not a puker.
Well, he's not a good actor.
Right.
Good
He's not one of those guys.
No. He was always. He's always been a very funny guy.
And by the way, like you or not, he has pretty much the same about you. He says the same stuff about you.
Well, yeah, but that's just what he does about everyone. I mean, I'm sincere. I'm not saying he's not sincere. Here I am.
Marty Allen, how you doing?
Look, I'm digging.
Right, I love what you do.
Yeah, we know how Rick sounds, Mart. So hit Disco Duck. I was assuming you'd probably go into that since I'm talking about Rick Dees.
Somebody's on.
Yeah, deet. All right, enough of that. Now, this is what came down last Saturday, and it's a little snippet, and this is Rick Dees talking about Ellen K. And I was under the impression that he started the conversation. I don't know who started this conversation about Ellen K. I don't think I did. But this was a week ago Saturday. Go.
Well, that is so sweet to say. And remember, now, for those who don't know, the man, Matt Allen, is Magic Matt because he is a major, super talented magician who on his first day on the air said, I'm going to saw Rick Dees in half.
It's true. We did it.
And as it turned out, he did that and also my bank account at the same time.
Yeah, I'm sawing folks lengthwise now. It's more of a challenge. But there I am on Barham where I was coital boomeranging with Ellen K. And I will tell you this, Rick Dees, that Ellen K., the finest female sidekick, turn it up, in the history of radio, is second maybe only to Robin Quivers with Stern. But and you're not going to like
No,
this.
let me just interrupt and say,
There we go.
I just did an interview She is terrific, and also is one of the most talented people I have ever known.
Let me go back to greatest sidekick of all time, and I no. All right, turn my mic up a little bit here. So now I couldn't figure this out, and then he goes on to say, I believe he mentioned that she is one of his best friends, which I have never heard uttered from Rick Dees. He's never thrown her under the bus, however, because she is a talented sidekick. So this just hit the day after or 2 days after Rick Dees was on the show. iHeart launches 2 new live original streaming stations in partnership with Rick Dees Entertainment. In celebration of the launch, Rick Dees will join his former co-host Ellen Kay as a guest on the Ellen Kay Show on iHeart Media Los Angeles on March 21st.
All coming together.
Talk about timing.
The Mouth, March 20th, 2025. iHeart announced today the launch of 2 new iHeart Radio original streaming stations in partnership with Rick Dees, Rick Dees Weekly Top 40, and Classic Rick Dees Top 40. To celebrate this launch, Rick Dees will join his former co-host Ellen Kay as a guest on the Ellen Kay Show. Rick Dees Top 40 currently plays across the country. I'm excited, Rick says. Well, Rick actually says, I'm excited to have these stations online for even more listeners to enjoy, said Rick Dees. I'm especially looking forward to the launch of the Top 40 Archive station that is sure to bring a sense of nostalgia to listeners. And then, of course, fans can tune into the Ellen Kay Show and hear. Now, see, once again, you can always count on me for being honest. You can never count on me for having a good business acumen. For some reason, if there is some of that crap, I will step in it. And that's what happened. Having no idea, if this had not come down, it would have been a different story.
Right.
I'm certain Dees would not have been propping her up in such a fashion, although an exceptionally talented sidekick.
Why didn't he talk about the gig when he was on with us?
I don't know. He could have mitigated anything out of my pie hole from there on regarding Ellen, but I don't have the answer to that. Or maybe he didn't want to come off self-serving. I don't know.
No.
What? No? No? Okay.
I think you're like,
He may have been fearful that you were available.
What does that mean?
Well, you may have gotten the gig.
Oh, please. No, it's archival Rick Dees stuff. I mean, believe me, he ain't doing this live. He's already done his live stuff. He's worth $500 million. I think the man is okay. But anyway, so that's the truth. That's the deal as I see it. Yes, Ralph, any input? I mean, anything you could add? Anything that I should have done differently in your opinion?
Well, I mean, the guy came onto your show and selfishly promoted his new show and didn't tell you about it.
But he didn't.
Oh, it was very sly, hidden hand. You think a magician would know that? Look over here, guys, and this is what's happening.
Yeah.
He subliminally made you look it up.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't look it up. It was an emailer. They sent me this, and they said, oh, I know what came down there. So anyway, I was going to put that in the headline, in the thumbnail today, but I was told, nah, nobody cares. Nobody cares, what Rick Dees and Ellen Kay are doing. And they're probably right, but there are some things you have to do for yourself. I thought that I'd get that off my chest, and I know that everyone in radio will appreciate what came down there and the fact that I continually step in it. But I step in it with grace, and I step in it with pure honesty. So you can count on that part. Hey, the Democrats and MSN, and get ready, I don't think I have this on your sheet. It's 214, Tattoo Dave. Democrats and MSN and were caught lying about the border. Remember how for the past 4 years, Democrats and Main Street media, they told us how Congress had to act to stop that tidal wave?
You need legislation.
Yeah, of illegal immigrants coming across the southern border. Well, this will refresh your memory.
Republicans keep saying Biden doesn't need Congress. He can stop what's happening at the border all by himself. Can you fact check that for us? Because we here all know that's not true.
Republicans have been saying largely wrongly, right, is saying that the president can close the border unilaterally on his own. The president actually doesn't have the authority under law to do that.
There's only so much President Biden can do with executive action, and he did try to do whatever he could.
They actually are doing everything they can.
The president's hands are tied. There's only so much that he can do.
President Biden has issued certain executive orders, but there's only so much he can do within his purview.
What an intractable problem this is for the president with no easy solutions.
No easy solutions here.
There are no easy solutions here, folks.
They need Congress to act to fix the broken immigration system.
This cannot happen without Congress resourcing this.
There's only so much a president can do with his pen and his phone.
Pause.
How much has Trump done?
All lies.
How much has he done already? There's only so much he can do.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Thank God for President Donald J. Trump. Let's enjoy his response about the border problem from his address to Congress. Here we go. This is the great Orange
The
Man.
media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border.
Yeah.
But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
So, see, that's the truth right there.
That's awesome.
He knows how to just get underneath the
Well,
skin of
by telling,
everyone.
but Mart, by telling the truth,
I know.
he simply tells the truth.
They can't handle the truth.
During a speech, by the way, this is 218 there, Tattoo Dave. During a speech about innovation at an AI convention in Las Vegas, something Kamala Harris knows an awful lot about. Kamala Harris brought up her love of Doritos.
So we did DoorDash because I wanted Doritos. And they were about, the red carpet part was about to start. Nobody wanted to leave to go to the grocery store. So it was DoorDash.
Psycho.
And I'm thinking about this, so I was willing to give up whatever might be the tracking of Kamala Harris's particular fondness for nacho cheese Doritos for the sake of getting a big bag of Doritos as I watched the Oscars.
There is something
She knows she's high.
Well,
something
why else would you watch the Oscars?
Majorly wrong with that broad. Hey, Kamala, point to your head and say nobody home. Would you do that for me? I've been thinking about this, and I may have an explanation for Kamala's comments from the technology convention. Maybe, just maybe, she thinks that Doritos are used for computer chips.
Both chips.
That's an idiot. And we didn't, because it was such a gaggle of birthday bashiness last Saturday on the show, we never got to the John Kennedy Minute. Yeah. And let's see, do I have that on your sheet? I don't know.
No, sir.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see. So here it is, 219. So in the week's John Kennedy Minute, and this particular week, the Louisiana senator addresses Democrats, calls for Doge head Elon Musk to quietly fade into the background in this John Kennedy Minute.
Mr. Musk, number one, he marches to the beat of his own drum. That's clear. Number two, he has his own style and way of doing things. Number three, every time I see Mr. Musk, I think that we're saving money, and usually we are.
Yeah.
He has done more than any one individual that I know of on God's green earth in the 8 years I've been here to reduce federal spending, and I applaud him. Is he perfect? No. Has he made a couple of mistakes? Yeah. Does he tweet too often? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm happy to read his tweets, because every time I do, he's telling me how much spending porn he's found.
Yeah.
I just think he's doing a great job. Now, I understand the Democrats are upset at him, but think about it. My Democratic colleagues they're mad at him for finding the waste, but they're not mad at the people who created the waste.
Right.
It's sort of upside down, or as we say in Louisiana, ass backwards.
Yeah.
If it weren't for double standards in Washington, D.C., there wouldn't be any standards at all.
Yeah, I love that John Kennedy, man. Talk about a truth teller, a man that speaks the truth every week. And
these a-holes that are burning down the Teslas and
yeah, what about them?
Just go, man. I know you get your.
That's my brother Mark.
You got your things going, man. Just go. You don't want to be interrupted at all. I can tell.
He said those a-holes.
You got your.
Anybody? Am I out of line here? My brother said.
I have to have my minions. Anybody?
No.
God,
Mark,
dude, chill out. Do your show.
Let's try it again. Let's try it again.
You sound like David Letterman today, by the way, too.
Thank
find your own stick.
Thank
Find
you.
your own stick.
I didn't think I was copying him, but I will wear that like a badge of honor.
Listen to the open.
So what about those dudes who are... That's what I thought. And that's unfortunate. If you're going to sort of bring up this nastiness that's coming down with the folks bombing and starting on fire the Tesla plants and the showrooms, then I would assume that you would have something to say about it.
But I'm not going to now because you're an a-hole.
Oh, God.
Narcissistic piece of
Mark,
crap.
pull down your pants, show your vagina to everyone.
God.
Come on. Let's see it.
I know you are, but so am I.
Yeah. By the way, we're going to go just a minute later in this break because we got started about a minute late.
All right.
Whoopi Goldberg. Do I have this on your sheet? 225.
Nope. You missed a lot on this sheet.
Whoopi Goldberg. Thanks for pointing that out because that's going to move the show forward. Thank you, Tattoo Dave.
Welcome back, Tattoo Dave.
Yeah, I did say that, by the way. I did welcome you back, my friend. Whoopi Goldberg, a.k.a. Karen Johnson, she can't understand why people are against men playing in women's sports. She's also not happy with California Governor Gavin Newsom for calling the practice unfair. Here we go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Whoopi Goldberg.
There's been all of this debate about whether transgender athletes...
Stop. She sounded like Satchmo there, didn't she?
Yep.
Yeah. Does she not? Listen to that. Whoopi Goldberg.
There's been all of this debate about whether transgender athletes should be able to compete. And last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom said that he thinks that trans athletes competing in girls' and women's sports was deeply unfair. When you come in and you say, these are men, competing against women, you're assuming that the women are weak and just can't do anything yourself.
Wow.
Have you seen female athletes? They know what they're doing. So I'm not sure what's going on or why this is an issue.
I want you to comment in our comment section for those of you watching us on YouTube, on X, and all of and Rumble, and the finest radio stations. If they have a comment section on their radio page, if it's between Whoopi Goldberg, Rosie O'Donnell, and Joy Behar, which one of them is the stupidest chick on the planet? I mean, if you had to choose, that's a tough one. I know,
definitely a tough
but
one.
I want you to comment and let us know which one is the stupidest of all three. See,
was it B-Star that had to remind her on her path of what she was talking about just there?
If female athletes know what they're doing, as you put it there, whoopster, and men playing in women's sports is fair, then why don't we ever see a single transgender fail while playing women's sports?
Never.
Now think about that while you chew your cud, you old friggin' biddy. For me, the biggest surprise when it comes to Whoopi is she's not trans. Are you? You can't convince me that she's not trans. You were about to say, Mark? Yes.
Yeah, very early last year, there was an international women's powerlifting competition.
Right.
And they allowed a trans into the competition.
Yeah.
He won by more than 250 kilos.
You think?
Right.
And she doesn't think it's.
Actually speaking, she should have that little rag, that cloth wiping her forehead like Satchmo did. All the time with his trumpet.
I
feel trees out there.
Red roses too. Hey, are you ready for the next round of mental illness among our youth? These young ladies were born female, look female, and are attracted to men, but they identify as trans gay men.
Oh, there you go.
When we return, plus a lot of other stuff, as the great Chuck Barris would say, and a lot of stuff in mere minutes on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, on YouTube, on Rumble, X, and the finest stations in America.
All ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. We've come too far to give up. night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio. The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion. Magic Matt Allen.
Boy, that old Baldwin, man, what a puss. What a puss. We will dive into his nasty life in mere minutes here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. I know you have a choice. You could do a lot of things right now, but instead you're listening to us, and it's so much more fun if you pour yourself a nice cocktail. Maybe a Wisconsin old-fashioned that's made with brandy, not bourbon. And sit around and warm yourself up by the sounds of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, and the finest radio stations in America. Are you ready for this round of mental illness among our youth? And it is mental illness. You know, it's either mental illness or they're pulling her leg. And I think there are some that are sort of joking about this, but it's either one or the other. You can't have it both ways. These young ladies were born female. Oh, do you have that on your sheet? 240. Okay. They were born female, look female, but they're attracted to men. They identify as trans gay men. Prepare, my friends, to get a little dizzy and fall down. Here we go.
Trans gay men.
Yeah, but we're femme presenting, so we were just shouting it. We were shouting that we were trans gay men because we are. Trans gay men!
What is a trans gay man?
Biologically female, but we're trans men and we're gay. We like guys.
Do you have gender dysphoria?
Yes, heavily.
But you're still femme presenting?
Yeah, I still femme present. I find it comfortable, but at the same time, it does get hard when I can't look mask.
So do you identify as gay or queer?
As queer.
Can Elon Musk put him on a rocket ship?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I can't. You got look mask. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
I have no idea what that
means.
means.
Man, I miss the old days when people were cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, these are friggin' nuts. And there's a part of me while I'm watching this, I'm thinking, are they pulling our leg? Are they?
You would think so.
Yeah, but the problem is, many of these have a real mental problem. Yeah, Tattoo Dave?
What did they look like? Because you said watching it. Do they look like normal kids? Or
No, they're
girls. Or are they just?
No, they're nothing normal. You know, the purple hair, overweight,
pierced nose.
Yeah, idiot sticks.
Pierced tongues, all that crap.
So, which side of the culture war is Bill Burr on? An exceedingly funny man. He is a funny man.
Best.
I don't know if this is 246, by the way, Tattoo Dave. But it seems like this will sort of magnify which side he's on, and it ain't on the winning side. He has to know. He seems like an intelligent guy. Ralph, doesn't he? And you find him funny, right?
I think anybody that reaches that level of comic genius is very smart.
Yes. So, but still, in his bones is that lefty.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do about it.
One of my good buddies said the same thing. He goes, "Man, I love this. Loved this guy." He goes, "I can't stand watching him anymore."
I'll never get to that. I mean, he's my favorite comic. So I get it. He's where he is, but
so you don't care.
Yeah.
I can't not watch him because he's hysterical.
Well, let's go drink a Bud Light. Shut up.
Yeah,
I will. I'll have one right now. Hand it to me.
By the way, there's at least one Motel 6 here in the San Fernando Valley. You and Bill should get a room there, Tattoo Dave.
He's in town right now.
We'll leave the light on for you.
Yeah, and maybe it harkens back to the 1950s and has one of those magic fingers beds. You just throw a quarter in there, and that thing will rock you all night.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is Bill Burr, and going after. Like they all do, going after the great Elon Musk. Here we go.
Tell you what's funny. I made fun of the Twitter guy for Sieg Heiling,
Stop.
not once but twice.
By the way, the Twitter guy, right? Elon Musk is the Twitter guy?
You mean the guy that just rescued this stranded
he's the guy that
astronauts?
owns it.
The
Yes.
stranded astronauts that nobody else could get down because
Right.
Boeing screwed up. The guy that sent the rocket up came back
You're
down
talking about
successfully.
the man that rescued our folks who were there
Sure.
in space.
9
Yes.
months.
Yes, Elon Musk. That man.
guy.
Yeah,
8 days to 9 months.
yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, have you wrapped your arms
Oh,
around?
no.
I-
it gives me anxiety thinking about
Me
it.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. And they must have at least one baby.
But
Not me. I don't believe anybody went to space.
Well, the Earth is flat, right?
And P.S. It seems like with the 5 of us in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, it seems like one of us could come up with a name of that chick with the curly long hair, the black hair. Regardless, you know who I'm
You
talking
mean from Young Frankenstein?
Yes, yes.
Lawrence Leachman?
And it's like, okay,
Very gone.
yes, we see you have long hair and it does its thing, without and it floats around. Stop it already. That bit is gone. Bill
God.
Burr would have told her that. It's like, okay, yes. Yeah. Put it in a big wrap it up. Just stop this. I mean, am I the only one sick of seeing this hair floating around?
Look, there's no gravity.
Yeah, see what's going on? It's long hair.
More proof that we didn't go to space because the dude's hair didn't go straight up in the air.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what? You're right, Ralph.
All right.
There's no rubber bands in space.
All right, here's the formerly great Bill Burr throwing Elon Musk under the bus. Here we go.
Tell you what's funny. I made fun of the Twitter guy for Sieg Heiling not once but twice, and I never look at my emails. I was scrolling through my emails, and it said my Twitter account had been flagged for inappropriate.
By the way, I doubt that
Elon had nothing to
that's no 100%. But P.S. He wasn't Sieg Heiling.
No.
He was. That's not what he was doing. This narrative. I'm so tired of these narratives beaten like a dead damn horse. And they won't stop no matter how much proof is out there. Now, what proof is there? Well, I think the proof is that Elon is smart enough not to zig heil.
But that's the thing. If they think that that's what he was doing, of course that's what they're going to go with.
Yeah,
because otherwise they have nothing.
Because
it's called projection.
Because they're idiot. Of course it's
Yes.
projection. Yeah, who's the racist anyway?
That's right.
Which, by the way, Ryan Stiles is great in that Traveling Road
He
show.
is.
Oh, that is one of the greatest. They do that improv like nobody's business.
That's right.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news there, Bill, but Elon Musk
Yeah.
couldn't give 2 F's about you.
No. Really doesn't care about Bill
Doesn't
Burr.
care
No.
about you, dude.
Let's continue with Bill Burr's treatment regarding Elon Musk.
I don't even tweet anymore. It had been flagged for what a baby, just like Hitler, baby. How about the fact that the Twitter guy he's not even from here. He's from South Africa. He comes to this country and wants to turn it into a
Don't get into
dictatorship.
that.
Pause.
He doesn't feel
Wait a moment.
Doesn't like African Americans.
Wait a moment. So you're saying that those who come to the United States legally are bad people because they are indoctrinated into the American way of life, meaning that you can do anything that you set your mind to, but he's a bad guy because he comes from South Africa? Isn't that what Bill Burr just said? I'm not certain he really thought about this before he opened that stupid Bill Burr pie hole of his. What a friggin' idiot stick. Wow. So you hate immigrants. Yep. You're not a big fan. That's what he said.
Especially the most successful of them.
Yes, those who did what 99.999% of folks here in America were incapable of doing. But and back to the Zig Heil thing, we know that Elon Musk is on the spectrum. He's a brilliant guy. He's not that he's a rocket scientist or nothing, but he's a really intelligent dude. He's on the spectrum. So they do weird stuff.
He's got a handicap placard in his Cybertruck.
Does he really?
Yeah.
He probably. Do you think he's driving? Do you think he's doing much driving?
The man doesn't even own a home.
He doesn't.
No.
He bought an apartment. He lives way
He
below
owns
his-
an island.
See, because he can own anything he wants. But the thing with Elon Musk is, I think he's a really good dude, and I truly believe he loves America.
The women dig him.
Well, yeah, why?
Hello.
Well, it's not because he's on the spectrum. It's not because he's super good looking, right?
It's not because he owns Twitter. Oh, wait, maybe.
It could be
The
because
richest guy in the world.
that could have just a smidge, right? Just a little
You
taste.
think women are that shallow?
How dare you even throw that into the wind here? That sort of you are a misogynistic pig. Of course they are.
He's Howard. He's close to Howard Hughes eccentric. That kind of eccentric.
Yeah, but not as rich as Howard. I mean, no, he's richer, much richer than Howard Hughes. All right, more of Bill Barr throwing Elon Musk under the bus.
Feel that we deserve democracy. Can you just imagine doing that? Going to another country and just deciding, yeah, you know what? I'm going to change this form of government because I've decided.
What? Change what form of government?
He doesn't mind living under a dictatorship as long as he's on the good side of it. Laminated face. Because that's another thing. All of these people that are into Hitler, you know what I mean? And like look at this guy like he was some sort of hero. The guy's one of the biggest cowards ever.
Yeah. All right.
How is Elon Musk a coward?
Not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I think he has pretty big balls.
Hang on, I'm gonna call Bill right now. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
I mean, really dig deep and try to figure out where he finds that statement about Elon Musk being a coward.
But he's not concerned about all the illegals trying to change the government.
No.
Or the Muslims trying to put Sharia law in.
Right.
That's okay.
And a dictatorship. I just love how they go back to Trump's a dictator.
Wow.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, I really could have done without hearing that. That's a bummer.
Well, yeah, but the truth,
I know, I get it.
The truth is nasty. A punch in 221 and then hit it, and then we'll get into this because this is one of my faves of the week, my friends. Go!
Girls!
Yes!
Girls!
Yes!
Watch out!
Uh-huh!
Watch out!
Okay!
There's a two-legged animal running about. If it smokes a great big cigar.
Oh, yeah.
And it hangs around at a bar.
Uh-huh.
If it tells the biggest lies, where's the loudest eyes?
What is it?
It's a man.
One more refrain.
If it acts just like a cross patch.
Whatever that is.
Has a face with whiskers that scratch.
Uh-huh.
If it's stubborn as can be, mean and ornery. It's a man.
That's it. Okay. And the man, my friend, I said that's it.
I heard you.
Oh. Didn't seem that you did.
Welcome back, Dave.
It's a man would be a little homage to Rosie O'Donnell. Loudmouth cow, Rosie O'Donnell, took to the internet. By the way, this is 023, and you'll pause in the middle of this. Loudmouth cow udder sucker, Rosie O'Donnell, took to the internet to announce that she has left the United States to live in Ireland. Here she is.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Rosie O'Donnell, star of the Flintstones. And I'm here in Ireland. It's beautiful.
Pause.
And
I don't even.
That's her big hurrah.
I know. I got to tell you, Dave, I don't think she meant that as a joke.
She did. What else?
Okay, go ahead.
How about a League of Their Own? Would have been a better.
Go ahead.
warm, not physically, it's actually quite cold. Moved here on January 15th, and it's been pretty wonderful, I have to say. The people are so loving and so kind, happy. So welcoming.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful. I'm in the process of getting my Irish citizenship, as I have Irish grandparents. And although I was never someone who thought I would move to another country, that's what I decided would be the best for myself and my 12-year-old child. And here we are. Here we are.
Yeah. Sounds wonderful.
I'm happy. Clay is happy.
Yeah.
I miss my other kids. I miss my friends. I miss many things about life there at home. And
it's still home.
It's been heartbreaking to see what's happening politically.
Of course.
Hard for me personally.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
The personal is political, as we all know.
Yeah.
And, protect your sanity is all I can say. Protect your sanity as much as you can.
How do you do that?
And try not to swim in the chaos, if possible. But I know it's nearly impossible when you're there in the middle of it. And I think about everyone every day and the United States of America, and I am hoping that we can turn things around.
Yeah.
I'm counting on you,
Mm-hmm.
all of you,
Yep.
to do what's right.
Of course.
And I think deep down inside, we all know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And when, it is safe for all citizens to have equal rights there in America.
What rights were taken away?
That's when we will consider coming back. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Please
That's
don't
the
come
story.
back.
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell, right there. All the news.
Pause. Now pause. I know we're running short, but it's okay. Think about this. Rosie O'Donnell hates Donald Trump so much. She moved to another continent, made her 12-year-old son say goodbye to all of his friends, and she ditched her friends and the rest of her kids. Wouldn't it be easier to take the TDS pill, or is that one thing you won't eat? Is that the one thing you won't eat, Rosie? Obviously, Rosie O'Donnell moving across the planet made headlines, not because anyone likes her, but because seismologists were concerned about the shift. Reporters in the White House asking visiting Irish Prime Minister Michael Martin about Rosie, and this, of course, is Trump and the Prime Minister. Go. Here we go. It's coming.
Ireland is known for very happy, fun-loving people. Great attitude, many in this room right now that I've met. Why in the world would you let Rosie O'Donnell move to Ireland? I think she's going to lower your happiness level.
Thank you. I like that question. Do you know you have Rosie O'Donnell? Do you know who she is?
You know who she is?
Do you know who she is? Yeah.
I'm joking.
You better off not knowing.
Breaking news, my friends. We have just verified that not only did Rosie O'Donnell move to Ireland, she has filed legal papers to change her name to Pat McCooch. So, yeah, being an Irish, being in Ireland, and from the, we'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Brother with bad breath who's funny sometimes and other times you have no idea what he's talking about. Like a Facebook friend with a real bad attitude. Like that movie that you never wanted to see, but it's the only thing on. This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
All right, lot to get to next hour, my friends, and I will break it down for you here. That Snow White movie really kicking ass, isn't it? Yeah.
No whites?
Great.
Is that the movie? No whites?
No whites. All of a sudden we got really loud, so do the appropriate thing there on the board, please, Tattoo Dave. I believe. Is it just me? I mean, it's either one or the other.
But I just want to.
I don't need I don't need an editorial. Let's just fix this thing, please.
I'm doing it. I'm lowered everything.
And also, there's a little dwarfism, and someone suffering from this, explaining how Disney erased her with Snow White CGI. How would Disney do that? Aren't they equal opportunity lovers or offenders? I guess. Hey, minding my own business the other night. I only planned on watching a couple minutes of this. I ended up watching the entire onstage performer, known as Eliza, or is it Eliza? Schlesinger. Let's all say it at once. Eliza.
Well, Mark has to get in.
It's
He's got to.
It's Eliza.
I know things.
It's Eliza. It's Eliza Schlesinger, who I have been a fan of for many years. Is it Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa.
Okay.
Laser Schlesinger.
Schlesinger. And my plan is to watch about 4 minutes. I watched the entire thing. This woman, and not one to boast, but I was onto something years ago when I first discovered this broad on stage. She is brilliant.
Yes.
She is truly brilliant. Have you seen this, Ralph? Have you seen it yet?
I never heard of her.
Honest to God?
Alicia or Elijah?
Yeah, I never heard of her.
Is it because she's not Catholic? You know, like you?
No, I just never heard of her.
Yeah.
Is she a comedian? Women aren't funny.
Comedian. By and large, you're right.
This one is.
But you know the ones that are funny? They're doing male humor.
Yes.
And that's what she does. And that's what she does. But the best humor comes from reality. And that's why she's so damn funny. But she has great observations on things and males and females, even though she got just a little political, just a touch, but not enough where I'm pissed at her or I hate her. But this Eliza Schlesinger, I recommend it. And by the way, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't really want you to give any more money or put any more money into Bezos' pockets, but it's on Prime. And I like this broad. And Andrew Sullivan, who is a real smart guy, says Fauci lied about the lab leak to save his reputation. Yes, right. This is a man that should be locked up.
Yeah.
Yep.
He lied about the origination of the woohoo. Notice I'm saying it that way so we're not banned on YouTube. The woohoo.
Flu.
He completely lied about this. He knew what was going on, Ralph.
It goes back to the 80s when he lied about AIDS.
152.5%. Is it Eliza or Elisa? Is it
It's
Eliza?
Eliza.
Eliza?
Elijah.
Schlesinger?
Schlesinger.
Is it?
Schlesinger.
Yeah. Andrew Sullivan said the former NIAID director, Dr. Anthony Fauci, lied to cover up the possibility that COVID leaked from a lab because that's the narrative, had to stick with it. And this is a man that you can't feel sorry for, making $500,000 for how many stinking years? Our taxpayer money, by the way. $1 gazillion a year.
Man, I think it's okay this week to wear a mask, and maybe next
Is it
week
okay
don't
now?
wear a mask.
No, don't wear it
But
next.
don't wear,
How about
but wear
today?
the mask.
How about half the day?
I think that this disease is deadly.
So
it's not that deadly.
Not
though.
that deadly. So
just get a little spittle.
Right. So wear the mask half
So
a
there's no
half a
spittle.
day.
Yes.
When you're out in public.
Yes, that's what I believe.
And then when you go out to eat the rest of the night,
just don't get any spittle.
No, but wear the mask while you're walking to the table. But when you sit down on the
That's
table,
today. Tomorrow's going to be different.
take off your mask.
Yes.
The whole thing, by the way, not one to boast. I told you people it was a big scam-a-lama ding-dong. I told you when everyone was wiping off their friggin' doorknobs, I told you this was crap. This will be a big hour to remember next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
On the street, I was talking to a man. He said there's so much, but there's nothing, man, that I don't understand. You shouldn't worry, I said that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you'll get it right next time.
hickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Our main event! Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Tom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. Lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar. In the Lighten Up Lounge, we drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Yeah, there he is, Rick Dees, the man who may never speak to me again.
Again?
Day. Yeah, you know, he wished me happy birthday last Saturday on the show, and then he...
What did he get you?
He mentioned Ellen Kay. He did send me a birthday card. I haven't opened it. I wonder if there's a honeybee in there. You know, as Rick Dees calls $100 bills, it's a honeybee.
Would you rather have that or a bottle of Pappy Van Wyck?
Rather have a bottle of Pap, or $25 to $5,000 for a bottle of Pappy. And the corn there in his fields in Kentucky, that's the corn they use for the Pappy.
Yes. He's one of two.
Yes, Rick Dees is one of two Pappy Van Corn holders.
My buddy works at a place where he does inventory sometimes. He has to.
Rick Dees does
and
inventory?
And they have Pappy. He goes, that's funny you brought that up.
Yeah.
And I saw how much it cost. He goes, son of a bitch.
Yeah. If you saw this and you're watching us on YouTube or any one of the formats, Mart put his hand up as though he was holding the bottle. They keep Pappy behind glass.
And a lock and key.
Oh, I thought this was Pappy.
Yeah, and a lock and key, man. I must tell you.
It's like
$5,000 for some of those bottles.
Yeah, but it's free for Rick Dees, and all it would cost is the shipping.
Pappy 25 is going for north of $20K.
How about that? Yeah. But P.S. It's really good. I've had I don't know which version I've had, the 15 or the 20. It's really good.
But is it worth it?
Well, if you're Elon Musk and you like bourbon, then it's worth it, I guess.
If someone offers it to you,
absolutely worth it. And I was offered that on the show years ago here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, and of course I took, and it was gorgeous. But man, I just can't. You know, you can buy a really great cigar for $5,000.
I was at the $7 Grand downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah,
and that's a great whiskey bar.
Yeah, I hear about it. I've seen pictures. I have wanted to visit. It looks like a great place.
Great, and you can smoke cigars outside.
Love it.
So there was a guy next to me drinking Pappy 15.
Yeah.
And he took out an eyedropper. And he put 2 little drops of water into his Pappy.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, he's got to be paying for 15. He's got to be paying at least $300.
I was going to say $350, $400
at least. Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm not plugging them, but just so you know, the cigar shop that I go to, the Woodland Hills Cigar,
Yeah.
on Old Oaks, the old, the guys, Albert Arsene, Garvis, these guys, they're opening a steak restaurant with a smoking section. And I'm going to get the call for the invite.
Oh, that's great.
We are going to go to the opening night.
Hey, man, listen, I like these.
Mark Gigi Boyer will not be going.
I like these dudes.
driving.
These are good dudes.
Yes.
And if it's a tobacconist in Southern California, you can bet your ass you smell hummus as you walk in because it's all Armenian run and good for yous guys, man.
The guy that bought your friend's place, the Cigar Warehouse,
Uh-huh.
he's Syrian.
Yeah.
And his brother owns the one.
You're talking about the guy that works out, the big buff guy?
No, he's just an employee. Saeed owns it.
Uh-huh.
His brother owns the one on Laurel Canyon in Ventura where the Dupars is.
Yeah.
And his other brother owns one somewhere in Woodland Hills as well.
Right.
The 3 brothers, they own 3 cigar shops, Syrian, And by the way, he did a great job at the Cigar Warehouse.
No, they do. They do really. When it comes to tobacco, man, I got to tell you, these Native Americans, these Syrians and Armenians, boy, they've got their act together.
Well, the Armenians, they all smoke.
They really do. Oh yes. Oh yeah. They do.
And they all have half beards.
And all of the old Armenians, they walk around with their hands behind their
back.
Behind their back.
Like
they
they're being arrested.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe they're used to it. I don't know. Hey, look what I was gifted. This came out of the blue, out of nowhere, and man, the font on this is really tiny. But this is in celebration of Rick Dees no longer speaking with me after last week's birthday show. It says, "Cheers from the father and son team at Ben Shot in Appleton, Wisconsin." And that's a town that is close to my heart, a town that I've never visited, but have always wanted to visit because that is the birthplace of a little dude, and he was diminutive, named Eric Weiss, a.k.a. Harry Houdini, Appleton, Wisconsin. Now, I was sent this, and at first I thought it was Mary, upstate New York, because she mentioned something about sending me a birthday present, but it's not. It's by these nice folks in Appleton. And can you see this? If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see what that says.
Yeah, bulletproof Trump.
And it's got a little bullet through the
awesome.
through the rocks glass.
Yeah, it's got a 22 round or something
look at
that through the glass.
Right through the glass. It's gorgeous.
That's cool.
That's really
it's
cool.
gorgeous. So happy
Very
birthday!
cool.
Thank you very, very much. That's a kind gesture. And another birthday present from PD Where's My Meaty. I don't think it spells it out ever any better than this, right?
Beautiful.
Can you see this?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So buy your boys a bourbon. All you have to do is visit that right there.
For the love of all things holy, buy the boy a bourbon.
Buy
What
me
is that? Is that on a piece of wood?
Buymeabourbon.com. Yep. Yes. Yep.
It's on a cask.
Oh, yeah. A lot of wood here in the show today.
It's a 1x4.
Buymeabourbon.com.
I'll be good. Just buy me a bourbon.
Yeah.
I swear I'll be good.
Bulletproof Trump, man. Cool glass. And
That is awesome.
I think
cool.
they manufacture these. They're in Appleton.
I'm gonna look them up because I want one too.
I want one
I'm gonna
also.
put one on my.
I got to be
are
careful
cool.
not to break this thing.
Those are cool, Dave.
Oh, jeez.
I wonder.
Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah. It broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be better if it's a live round, huh, Dave?
Hey,
It probably is.
ironically, almost using the word correctly, but not really. Ironically,
Which word?
2 days
Schlesinger?
ago, I'm watching, and I do this on occasion. I watch classic Muhammad Ali fights because I love that guy. I love that guy. He was the greatest. We learned from Tony Orlando last week that whole "I'm the greatest" thing was stolen by Pretty Boy, the wrestler, pretty whatever the wrestler dude. He used to say that in the ring. Muhammad Ali was in attendance at one of his fights. He said, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
That's where he took it. And that
gorgeous.
And gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George. And so now fast forward, he's known for saying that. Fast forward some more when the great Muhammad Ali is suffering from the Parkinson's, and he was on a talk show with George Foreman and I forget the other dude. And by the way, that's a real problem. It's the first thing to go. But George Foreman, what an affable, sweet guy. 2 nights ago, minding my own business, I'm watching the great Foreman-Ali fight where Ali is doing the rope-a-dope and then just nails his ass, man. Just boom. Muhammad Ali, probably the smartest boxer in the history of the ring. Smart, just
Float
smart.
like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Just smart. But on this talk show, someone asked him, "Are you the greatest?" And he has Parkinson's, so he's talking a little low, a little bit like this. He said, "No, I never thought that." He said, "I just made that up."
What?
And I think he was being sincere. It's like he knows shtick. That whole Howard Cosell and it was just brilliance. It was great marketing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love the man. That's a man that I really missed when he went. And while I'm watching this great fight with Foreman and Muhammad Ali, I'm thinking to myself, well, Foreman's only like 76, 77. He's got many more years in front of him. And then boom, yesterday I get the news, and I will tell you, it just hit my heart, pissed me off.
I have 2 of his grills.
Yeah, this is such a. I think this was one of the more affable dudes on the planet. Don't you?
Oh yeah.
He became that way. He was a mean SOB for most of his life.
Are you serious about
Yeah,
this?
Yeah. George Foreman, nobody liked him.
So he was like a Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he
that
was.
kind of
Was he
reputation?
really? I mean, he had that friggin' that one punch knockout.
He
man.
has said early in his career was his anger is why he never became as great as he should have been because he couldn't control it in the ring. He was just an angry man.
Boy, did he become affable
Yes.
and the sweetest guy with about 22 boys all called George. I mean, if that guy doesn't have a sense of humor, who does? President Trump honored the late, great fighter George Foreman, who passed away. Hurts my heart to say that. He said in a post in his True Social, he wrote, George Foreman is dead. What a great fighter. He had, without a question, the heaviest and biggest punch in the history of boxing. With the exception of Ali, when you got hit, you went down. He was something really special, but above all, he was a great person with a personality that was bigger than life. I knew him well, and he will be missed. You know, Trump is a huge boxing fan.
Huge.
Major.
Yeah.
Warmest condolences to his wonderful family. He concluded, and Foreman's family announced a social media post. He passed away age of 76.
Wow.
With his loved ones around, a devout preacher, devoted husband, a loving father, and a proud grand and great-grandfather. He lived a life marked by unwavering faith, humility, and purpose. Humanitarian, an Olympian, not unlike Muhammad Ali, and two-time heavyweight champion of the world, deeply respected, a force for good, a man of discipline, conviction, and a protector of his legacy, fighting tirelessly to preserve his good name for his family. The family added that they are grateful for the outpouring of love and prayers and kindly ask for privacy as we honor the extraordinary life of this man. Two-time heavyweight champion, man, Olympic gold medalist, Hall of Fame boxer, age 76. Per his wishes, he will be cremated on a George Foreman grill. So that, I think.
Like I said, I've got two of them. I think you have one. I have two.
Looking forward to that.
Those are good. Where did he die from?
I didn't really. I mean,
I'm guessing natural causes if he was surrounded.
He's
by
only 76, though. But you know,
He was in the hospital when he died.
The thing is, it seems to me that when you're knocked around for that many years.
Well, athletes like that, like football players, also they have a short life expectancy. I mean, they really do. It happens, man. When your brain's bashed around.
By the way, little toast to the great George Foreman.
Yes. God bless you. God bless your soul.
I don't have a toaster big enough, but good news is the George Foreman grill. They came out with an extra large.
So where's he going to be cremated?
In his grill.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too soon, Ralph?
Oh, it's a great marketing point.
Yeah. So this Gal Gadot is in this movie, Snow White, but the star is Rachel. Is it Zegler or Zegler?
Zegler.
Mark, what is it?
E-I-E-I-O.
Lessinger.
Yeah. Is it Schlesinger? Yeah. Okay.
That might be the funniest thing Mark's ever said.
Rachel, which means nothing to the audience that just tuned in. But, you know, if you go back in time, in the Wayback Machine, you're going to laugh. Oh, you're going to find that funny.
Boy.
Rachel Zegler, who is a loudmouth punk. And she says, please don't listen to the critics. This is a great movie. Well, I beg to differ. I've seen little snippets. I understand what they're pushing in this thing. The guy, he's not even a prince. He's not even a prince. He's just a guy. He's a guy in the movie, and his henchman. So he was really sort of a bad guy. And then they make her out to be, of course, the all-worldly and the smart gal, much like any of the TV commercials that you watch, where the guy is always the big doofus, and the chick is the smart one. That's this movie. And I think because of this wokeness in this movie, it's going down the tubes, not to mention, I guess, some of the real critics who are really into this, the fan base, they're saying the colors aren't right. It's whatever that means.
They're really picking.
There's no white people in it.
Is that right? No whites? Yeah.
I wanted to think because I love the original. Like I just like that movie.
What's not to love about that? And by the way, that was only I think 88 minutes or so. This is 2 hours long, so they extend a great premise and a great movie.
Really make you suffer.
Yes, but the original had a beautiful message, and the prince would come along. And isn't that great? And I do believe in my heart that at least 80, let's go 78% of females still want it to be that way.
Well, guess what?
I
though?
really do.
I know this girl, and just
going back to why the women love Elon Musk.
just
Money?
Well, just 2
money.
days ago, I was talking to this girl that I know, and she said, "I want the bad guy, though. I don't want the prince. I want that nasty, like,
well,
guy that's running around robbing crap and I want the bad guy. I don't want a prince.
women like for some reason, and okay, I see you. Your heads are turning. What does Matt know about what women like? Because I know, my friends. Listen to me now. Hear me later when I tell you that they do like the bad guy. They don't necessarily like a murderer, but how many women, when there's an incarcerated man in there for murder, they go out of their way to visit him.
Both Menendez brothers are married.
Right, and that was after the fact, right? That was after the murders.
It's funny that we should be talking about this because I'm going to interrupt because the
Tattoo Dave,
the girl that I'm kind of seeing here and there right now, we were talking about it the other day, and she said, you are the kind of guy, talking about me, the bad guy that we all wanted when we were younger.
Right.
But as we get older,
yes,
we want a nicer guy, guy,
So she's breaking up with you?
No. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
We want a nicer guy.
Yeah.
So there's an age difference in what they
Wow,
really want.
that was a short relationship.
No, they want they want a certain temperament.
I've had him short.
Yeah.
They still. I'll tell you what. That females. Yeah. Here I am talking about what I know about females. They still don't want their asses kissed. Because if you go overboard with the ass kissing, it's like magnet and what is not steel because those are
aluminum.
Oil and vinegar.
Let's go with let's go with that.
Aluminium.
Cats and dogs.
Yeah, cats and dogs.
Well,
Okay,
cats and
let's go with that.
Cats
Yeah.
and dogs.
Yeah, spiders and snakes.
I don't like
what it takes to love me like I want to be loved by you. So it's a slow rolling.
They're eating the dogs.
Well, of course they are.
They're eating the cats.
Yeah, and what else? Yeah.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
The slow rolling train wreck
They're
that is the
eating the
Disney.
dogs.
I thought that right?
Yeah.
And then it would stop.
Yep.
Right. I start.
It was over.
Right. Boom.
Hey, I'm going to be working next Saturday, by the way.
I
Just so
bet
you
you
know.
are.
No, you're not.
Buster and Charlie's.
you're
You're darn tootin' I am.
Yeah, your shows can't go.
The slow-rolling train wreck that is the Disney Grooming Syndicate's live-action remake of Snow White continues to roll along with a disastrous 47% rotten score at Rotten Tomatoes. Now, Rotten Tomatoes is a big lefty thing anyway, so if they're getting bad scores on what, Mark?
I'm just.
Yeah, no, I know you're always confused, so I'm going to help you. So what's your Mark C.G. Boyer? What's your question?
They take everyone else's reviews and post them.
Yes, it is a lefty. It is a lefty site. It always has been on the left.
This explains why for the last 6 months I've seen nothing but crap movies with Mark.
Well, that's not true.
Yeah, right.
Well, with a very few exceptions.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's sort of gratifying, though, that this movie isn't a hit. Take away the fact that every critic review that I have read, and those who really wanted it to be good, say that it's dog S. Yeah. And but there are folks saying that it's a rigged review system, but TikTok is sort of rigged, but usually on the woke side. Total of 98 reviews are in, meaning every reviewer received exclusive access from Disney's Public Relations Department to an early screening for critics. The earliest normal people can see it was like a couple afternoons ago. This means that all of those 98 are in Disney's approved reviewer list. This is meaningful. And most of them wanted to love Snow White, wanted to redeem the movie just to stick a finger in the eye of MAGA and kiss Disney's sweet ass. But the movie sucks so hard they couldn't even do that. Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect when a movie has been remade 65,000 times?
It's another one of those movies.
I was hoping for a different ending.
Yeah,
right, exactly. We all are.
It's another one of those movies that there's no need to remake it. It was perfect. The first batch was absolutely perfect.
Does that have something to say for the lack of imagination?
Of course, Hollywood.
Yeah, it's
imagination, please.
Right.
Yeah, actor with dwarfism explains how Disney erased her with Snow White CGI. She's an actor, a comedian with dwarfism. She's explained perfectly why people with her condition feel erased as entertainment giant Disney prepares to release its Snow White. It's out now, though, with computer-generated characters replacing real human actors for its depiction of the Seven Dwarfs. They could have hired.
I don't blame her.
They could have hired a bunch of these poor. Well, I don't.
Loompa, loopity-doo. I've got another tale for you.
Comedian, model, and social media creator Fats Timbo recently posted a video in which she explains how Disney so badly dropped the ball for people with dwarfism by eliminating an opportunity to hire 7 actors with her condition for the movie. I used to get made fun of all the time. Kids would be saying, "You're one of the dwarfs from Snow White." Oh, that's nasty. Kid, by the way, kids.
Yeah, she's not that old.
That kind of thing. Timbo says this in a video. She says, "I think now when somebody sees a little person, they're not going to believe it's real. They're going to see that CGI version on Snow White instead of seeing a real little person that has character with real depth. Our representation is already small." She's not trying to be funny.
No.
As it is. She did say no pun intended. Yeah. It's already limited to erase that and use CGI like we're mythical creatures or people that could be made on computers. It's disregarding us in general. She also noted that refusing to use human actors in such roles could be confusing for children. Yeah, I don't know about that.
She sounds like an angry elf.
Yeah, she's a little.
What do you get when you guzzle down sweets? Eating as much as an elephant eats.
Hey,
I don't like the look of it.
It was reported early in the production that the creators of the film imagined having a diverse cast for the 7 dwarf characters. A pre-production photo was released showing 6 actors of various races and genders, along with 1 dwarf actor being depicted, just one, as the 7 dwarfs.
One.
The photo immediately drew accusations of wokeness, and Disney faced heavy ridicule over the plans. So,
Man,
yeah.
I'm kind of with her, but yeah.
It looks like a movie that you don't need to see.
Nah.
Yeah, just watch the original again. I mean, that's good. That's good stuff, man. Yeah. And this is something that every Saturday I forget to mention this, so I wrote it down this time. This really gets under my skin. This really pisses me off. It's one of those things that I hear Gen Zers say, and I think it's what is the age of a Gen Zer? I get that. It's so confusing.
Anywhere from 18 to 27.
Okay, so this is Gen Zers say this. Let me give you an example. They say, if I do say so myself, or if I don't say so myself.
That's cringe.
But hold on. Either one of those. Yeah, but wait a moment.
Cringe is Gen Z.
It's the way they use the term. For example, I watch a lot of these foodie things from across the country. You know, there's this little Asian kid who does good reviews, really high-end steakhouses in New York and throughout and Jersey and Connecticut and all over the place.
He's very, very good.
But he's... Okay, see what he did? See, that's, by the way, you know, my name is on the logo, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. But just for this moment, it's Ralph Odierna's Outlaw Radio. When, for example, if they're describing a great baked potato, he will say, it is a great potato. It is a great baked potato if I do say so myself. What's wrong with that? Anyone?
He did say so himself.
What?
He did say so himself.
Mark?
Yes, he just said it.
No. The problem with that is the only time you use if I do say so myself is it's something that you created. If you cooked it, then you say if I do. But they will talk about this is the greatest steak I've ever eaten if I do say so myself. That makes no sense. You had nothing to do with the creation of that friggin' steak. You friggin' idiot Gen Zers. You're pissing me off.
I just cooked some pork chops, and they're really good if I do say so myself.
You can use that because you cooked them.
Right?
You cooked them. But these kids don't even understand the vernacular. They don't even understand why they're using a certain phrase stolen by us who do know what it means.
If I'm being honest.
Right. If I'm being,
not lying.
By the way, this little Asian kid, he overuses that constantly. Sure. If you understand what I'm saying.
Honest, it wasn't that great of a potato.
Yeah. If I do say so myself, drives me absolutely nuts.
You know, my son Michael came up with, he's not the Gen Z. He's older than that. So he's
40. So what does that make him?
That makes him a millennial.
Yeah, he's a millennial.
Is he a millennial? Okay.
So he said, somebody in Portland, Oregon should open up a croissant shop just called Actually Croissants. And Matt goes, that would probably sell. Actually croissants.
Well, yeah, that's and the reason why Michael, my nephew, mentioned that is because that's another one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
Overusing the word actually. Actually.
Amazing croissants.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, childbirth is amazing. The fact a 747 can get up in the air and then land again, that's amazing.
The fact that Elon Musk can send a rocket ship up and rescue those people,
I think
that's amazing.
We found a third thing. That's amazing.
Also not true.
Yeah, as we go to break, I don't. Does anyone know why we're not going to? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right.
It's funny that you said that exactly when I went to break.
I will pay this off, my friends.
Effing weird.
We will dive into Hilarious Baldwin, who neuters her hubby, Alec Baldwin, on live TV.
Mm-hmm.
And let's distill this down. Is the guy really a puss? You bet your ass. When we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, and the finest stations throughout the country. What's out there in Wisconsin? Love you guys.
But the price ain't right. Ain't that gold? Be a downside cheaper. Yes, it would. Start riding the bike. Listen. They're making milk out of powder. Yeah, they are. Got the babies crying. Poor baby. They know what that stuff is. Rent's gone up higher. Yes, it is. Got the parents lying. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. Yeah. Make you wanna run for cover. Yes, it will. And if you look, you will discover. Yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. Good dog. Listen, got to go to a disco. Throw your troubles away. Dance to the music. Yeah. That the DJ play. Well, all right. And then the lights come on. Yeah. Like you knew they would. That cold. Gone home and face the music. That don't sound too good.
We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Ah, yeah. This has not been too bad a show, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
See, now that works. See, if I say that, I really love the Megyn Kelly show, if I do say so myself.
Doesn't work.
That doesn't
She
work.
can say that.
I'm trying to teach you Gen Zers how to use if I do say so myself. Did you wake up Mark C.G.?
Well, no, we have a bet.
Yeah.
Like,
why don't you put his hand in water or something?
Well, no, because how close he gets to hitting his head on the mic. So it's like we have a bet. Well, no, then we kind of we moved.
I turned his mic up when you were doing that.
Yeah, if you're not watching us, you're missing at least 3/4 of the show. Mark C.G. Boyer, the man who every week sleeps on the show. No, it's not shtick. Wouldn't it be funny if we said, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you slept? No, he sleeps. Yeah, he's if it's an inappropriate thing, he'll do it. Mark C.G. Boyer will do it. Welcome. Tattoo Dave is back, and yes, I am happy that Tattoo Dave is back.
Thank
after
you.
a
Glad to be
2-week
back.
hiatus.
God
My
bless.
brother Mart, not so happy this week.
Marty.
And of course, Ralph Odierna, who has been on a 1-week hiatus.
That's right.
And the sleeper, Mark C.G. Boyer.
Matt, I got to interrupt you.
Oh, yeah?
Mary sent you the bullet glass. Mary sent you the bulletproof Trump glass.
Okay.
Bulletproof.
Then why would Mary not? By the way, and I love that she is feeding the folks of Appleton, Wisconsin, because that's where the origin of this bulletproof glass is.
She ordered it from Wisconsin for you.
Yeah, but it says cheers from the makers of it. So I wonder if she struck a deal with the owners of this company. And what's the name of it again? Where the hell did I put it?
You put it
You
over
broke
there.
it.
It's in the dustpan with the broken glass.
Sorry, Mary, we needed the bullet.
It's actually a 9mm.
It's not a 9, it's 22.
I don't know where the sliver of paper is, but anyway, you would assume it came from them because it said cheers and then the name of the folks who run the company. All right, Mary.
Well, maybe she had to pay 99 cents.
You know what? I'll say that she probably had them ship it to you, and that's what.
Yes, of course, Dave. That's
Yes, but if you pay 99 cents, you could put a personal message.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Might even be free. It might even be free.
Yeah, you can do that free on a lot of the sources. Amazon, you can put in a personal note.
My daughter does it to me all the time.
Did she not think of that?
Anyway, she
Mary,
texted me, Dave, the bulletproof glass was from me.
Well, P.S., no proof of that.
We have no proof.
Absolutely
Sorry,
no proof.
Mayor.
Yeah. Nice try, Mayor.
Yep.
Taking credit for a gift sent me by two lovely folks in Appleton, Wisconsin, and Mayor from upstate New York wants to take full credit for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Kind of rude.
Sorry.
Hey, Matt, I was watching.
Sorry.
Oh, really quick. Sorry. A little quick thing here. I was watching that movie, Hang 'em High. It came on today, and Alan Hale is in that freaking movie.
Right.
I didn't know that, man.
Of course.
Yeah. Hang 'em High is a good movie.
Alan
That's
Hale.
where he learned how to sail.
Alan Hale, who played the skipper on Gilligan's Island, he played a lot of bad guy roles before the skipper. And his father was a very famous actor as well.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why they called him Alan Hale Jr.
Hey, by the way, Mary said she printed the Buy Me a Bourbon on a piece of wood and sent it to you.
See? So she's taking credit for this, too. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, upstate New York, Mary. Hey, Hilaria Baldwin, detached husband.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Let me tell you something. It's a made-up name. It's, the broad is from friggin' Boston, I believe.
She is.
Yeah, right. And the accent is premeditated. It is 100% made up.
No, she went to Spain once.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. So Hilarious Baldwin detached husband Alec Baldwin's balls on live television while promoting their exceedingly low-rated reality show, and it sounded a little something like this.
I don't think you make it more silly than it is. I actually feel.
That on the show?
No. We just cut all that part out.
Cut me out.
Cut you out when you're trying to make it silly.
Essential.
It's essential. It's essential. But I think that us trying to every day.
For essential in Spanish.
Esencial. Okay. Oh my God, you're distracting me right now.
Sorry.
Like now you're just doing that. Why? Why are you distracting me?
I'm just captivated
Yeah,
by your
you're just,
beauty.
yeah, you're just distracting me.
So
No, but
beautiful.
oh my God, stop! You're annoying me. Stop! It's not cute. No, he's distracting me. So I'm gonna like walk out of this interview.
Listen, I need the motherhood notes. You are doing an amazing.
No, okay, go back. Let me go back.
The Ilaria show.
No. I think we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This
You're a
season.
winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Oh.
This is why. Yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of the show.
Ooh, pause. Ow. Oh.
When I'm talking, you're not talking. And her little stupid Valley Girl voice is just
By the way,
gross.
she's technically trans-Spanish because her birth certificate says Hillary.
Yeah, right. Hillary is a real name.
Right.
Hilary.
Yeah, not to be confused with Hilaria.
Hilaria.
Of course, I had a girlfriend in my life who changed her name from Maria with an I to Maria with an E.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, females, they do weird stuff. You know, it's about, because, and by the way, I sort of don't blame them. I mean, that's a rough thing, man. Learning that you start to bleed at a certain age,
Yeah.
that's tough, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I mean that sincerely.
No, I know.
That, you know, we don't go through that crap.
Is Maria with an E still sounded
Yes,
pronounced
Maria. Yeah, Maria. Oh, yeah.
But I'll
Yeah.
tell you, that Baldwin man,
She changed her name legally. I mean, you know, I guess her parents weren't
Yeah.
even pissed off. I don't believe I ever talked to them, but I did talk to their dad about, you know, marrying their daughter. And of course,
You came so close to that.
I did. I came
Literally seconds away.
I came close to that one too. I flew her out here to Los Angeles with me. We lived in the home together, and then she accused me of lying, and that was it. Out, you're on the plane, and and by the way, I don't want to come up with some big shot but if you call me a liar, and I'm not a liar. The one thing, you call me an a-hole, you can call me a blistering egomaniac. I'm not really that either. But you call me You call me a friggin' liar, and all bets are off. And so, sent back to New York. And a lovely gal having a great life. She's been married, I think,
she's awesome. I love her,
three or
man.
four times. But but what? No, I think that's a credit. I think that's a credit.
At least you weren't one of them.
Takes the money, boom, runs.
Yeah. Because back
That's a
then,
credit to
It's
failure.
your time now. She's got money.
That's Maria with an E. So that's a hilarious Baldwin who neutered Alec Baldwin on live TV. But you see, hilarious Baldwin wasn't done. After receiving a ton of backlash for what she said on the red carpet that you just heard, she turned on her Instagram live the next morning and woke Alec up to teach him some new emasculating words.
Interrupting, which could be a positive, it could be a negative, or it could be a
Correctile dysfunction.
yes, correctile dysfunction. I think
Pause.
that's what-
I believe that's correctile.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what he said.
These two are made for each other. Go.
No, this is.
of our children trying to get into their room. But you know, the whole point is because our children are about to come in. The whole point is that we interrupt each other all the time. Okay, so now that we cleared all of that up, wait, I cleared it up. Give me a kiss, just so they know that I'm not.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And give me a kiss.
Kiss me.
She almost makes Meghan Markle seem like someone you could put up with. This chick is annoying as hell,
Well,
man.
look, she's got to put up with that a-hole too.
Yeah, no, it's
You
true.
think she locks the guns in the house?
I mean, this guy, you know,
You're not allowed to own a
her
weapon.
husband, her hubby killed a woman.
Yeah.
Killed
two people.
Two people. I forget about that. Two.
Yeah. He. Yeah.
What a piece of crap.
They're doing this for the show.
In turn, it seems to me that she's a piece of crap.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm not rooting against them. Yes, I am. I hope their reality
It's not
show
gonna
goes
kick.
down the tubes,
It will.
much like the podcast of Michelle Obama, because boy, that thing's really catching fire. Not it.
How about Gavin Newsom's podcast?
Yeah.
They're not
Just,
working out.
oh my God.
Actually, Gavin Newsom's podcast
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah,
Who
okay.
knew he was a conservative?
No, he's not.
Yeah, who knew that? Who knew that?
He's an a-hole.
Yeah.
What he is.
If you don't believe that he's reconstructing who he is so he can run for president, then you're taking some sort of pill that I am not privy to.
Yeah, Ralph.
That's exactly what he's doing. And I don't think it's going to work. I think the man is unelectable. I really do.
Yeah.
I think he's
People have seen enough.
Stinking. Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
He's a big piece of crap,
Liar.
lying son of a bitch.
Liar.
I mean, he truly is.
Yeah. You cannot go from one side that far to the other without people saying, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, you can if you're a big woke lefty like he is.
Well, I mean, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
No.
What was he talking about? He went on record as saying that he never said, or anyone in his cabinet or anyone around him
Said the word Latinx.
Latinx, that they never said it.
He said it 1,000 times.
And then and so this is how convoluted and nuts these politicians are, like a Gavin Newsom. Not only did he say it about 30 times, you can watch it. They play it over and over.
Yeah.
Many, all of it, and on their website, I believe it mentioned Latinx. But yet, boldly, he makes a statement.
Nobody in my office ever said that.
No one ever said that. Ralph, please help me. Help me understand how someone can make that statement when it has been, not that it was uttered once and he forgot about it, but over and over.
They forget that on the internet, nothing dies.
How can you forget when he's doing an internet show?
No, I'm just saying, our generation.
Yeah.
The stuff that we said when we were in our 20s and 30s.
Right.
So glad there was nothing.
Thank goodness.
Me too.
Thank goodness, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
God bless that.
Yeah.
How does Elizabeth Warren say she's an Indian?
Once again, I'll tell you what it is. They have absolutely no shame. No shame whatsoever. Whatever it takes to win an election, to win a position, they don't care.
Senator Blumenthal in Connecticut, he won ribbons in Vietnam. He was never there.
Never there. Never there.
Well, how many times did Joe Biden lie?
Oh, God. Oh, please.
Every time he opened his mouth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, two MSNBC, speaking of the Lion Network, two MSNBC hosts were forced to issue on-air correction after falsely reporting that Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard claimed that President Donald Trump and Russian President Putin are very good friends. First, let's listen to what Tulsi actually said, followed by Stephanie Rowe. Is it Roulet? Is she French? Who cares?
Rolex.
It's Schlesinger.
Stephanie's frickin' lie. And keep in mind that Tulsi Gabbard was speaking to a reporter from India. Here we go.
We have two leaders of our two great countries who are very good friends and who are very focused on how we can strengthen those shared objectives and those shared interests.
Just today, Tulsi Gabbard said that Putin and Trump are, quote, very good friends.
Pause. So even though everyone knew Tulsi was speaking to a reporter from India when she talked about our two leaders, MSNBC decided to fabricate a story, and again, oh, how tired is this one? Reverted back to the old Russia bit, but fortunately, MSDNC, along with the AP, were called out for their lie and forced to correct it. First up on the We Lied train is NMNMEIIO BC anchor Ali Velshi.
Last night, The Last Word reported on excerpts of an interview between the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and an Indian TV news network in which she said Trump was good friends with a world leader. Now, we said that world leader was Vladimir Putin, but the full interview was subsequently released, and it showed that Gabbard was referring to Donald Trump and the Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi.
All right, pause.
Hello, dummy.
Next stop, my friends, on the MSNBC's We Lied train is anchor Stephanie Rule. Now, I know it's not easy, Stephanie, but step up, take a deep breath, and get on with it. Here we go.
Last night, we reported on excerpts of an interview between the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and an Indian TV news network, in which she said that Trump was good friends with a world leader. We said that world leader was Vladimir Putin, but the full interview shows that Gabbard was referring to Trump and Indian Prime Minister Modi. Clear that up.
Egg on your face.
By the
Clear
way,
it up.
it doesn't sound like an apology.
It doesn't. It never
A
is
half-ass
because they don't really apologize. They don't make mistakes on MSDNC. Yeah. They don't ever make a mistake. It is for anyone to be on the side of the woke left these days. We drink bourbon. So I was going to say, what are you drinking? Well, have a little if you enjoy a little 118 proof bourbon, I think it'll change your perspective.
Savage and Cook from the great state of California.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Mare Island.
So it's a whiskey made here in California.
Correct.
Well, it's delicious. And I recommend that everyone take a little sip right now. We are much funnier, and the show is much more entertaining if you are inebriated. We will be this after back.
Your time is up. You took a sip from the devil's cup. You broke my heart. There's no way back. Move right out of here, baby. Go pack your bags. Just who do you think you are? Stop acting like some kind of star. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. They brag a man has walked in space, but you can't even find my place. There ain't nothing you can do, 'cause I've had enough of me, baby, being part of you. Just who do you think you are? This time you've gone too far. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, you're moving on out. Moving on up, nothing can stop me. Moving on up, you're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving, moving, moving. Nothing can stop me. Moving, moving. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me.
This is Outlaw Radio. Next hour, my friendlies, a little Tim Walz on the Gruesome New Scum podcast. And we're only playing that because we, on this show, we're behind Tim Walz. He's a real man. we are behind men who are real men.
Men that use tampons.
Tim Walz is one of them. What sort of ratings is, between the Alec Baldwin and hilarious and the former First Lady, those podcasts, I gotta believe that Gavin Newscombs is probably at least has a few listeners. I haven't checked out the ratings, but between the three of those, I'm going on record without any information whatsoever, just like the left does, just like MSNBC do, without any information. I will go on record as saying that I will bet you, gun to my head, that Newscom has more listeners and or viewers.
Out of those three, it's like being the tallest midget.
Yeah, I know.
No,
it is true.
Ralph, you're correct.
By the way, Ralph Ordegano looked a little disgusted at me for even bringing that up. Oh, yeah. He looks.
He did.
Yeah, he looks a little
Well,
pissed off.
he's one of the Oompas.
It's like, Matt, why would you even bring that up?
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, first of all, you don't get the credit for inventing this entire genre.
No, I don't get credit, and I was out there first, even before Rogan.
Yep.
Yeah, and even
Way before
before
Rogan.
what's his name?
Carolla.
Carolla, the great Adam Carolla, and I do say the great Adam.
Well,
Carolla.
he's the best. I think he's the best.
Well,
out there.
because he's a smart guy, and he's a funny guy.
And so is Joe Rogan.
And well, I don't know about funny, but a smart guy, a guy who has this incredible appetite for knowledge. I wish I had that.
Well, by the way, Joe can kick your ass too. He's a tough son.
Oh, he is, man.
It's like,
I saw him on one of those episodes of Vegas. Las Vegas,
Yeah,
not
the TV
Vegas, but Las Vegas, the coolest TV show in the 2000s.
I was so happy you turned me on to
Yeah,
that.
it's
man. I literally binge
Isn't that a
watched
great
it.
show?
Because it's a great show. He was in an episode of that, and he was great. You know, everything he does is pretty good. And I forgot about that. He was doing that Fear Factor thing.
Factor,
Yeah, that's a real man. I think Rogan is a real man.
Yeah, he is a man.
However, if there is to be credit given, Joe, Adam, hello. Hands in the air. Yeah, I really did start this. But of course, I'm the idiot without the business acumen. Ask Rick Dees. Wow, man, you just shoot yourself in the foot every chance you get.
Well,
it's Rick Dees, and I'll never speak to you again.
yeah, he will.
Colloidal boomerang.
Hey, singer, it's coedal. Coedal
Mark, what is
boomerang.
it?
Whatever you said.
It's coedal.
Licensure.
Coedal. Yeah, I had to mention that I was having coedal boomerang with Ellen K.
I know you had to say it in that way.
I had to
man.
say it.
It's like,
Well, I didn't say sex.
well,
That's
worse.
I softened it.
No, that's worse.
You hardened it.
Yeah.
Singer, before we get to next hour's addict, singer Courtney Love files for UK citizenship over Trump. She says it's frightening now. She announced she's filed for citizenship because, sort of in response to President Donald Trump.
She killed her husband.
Hey, man, if Courtney Love, no, she didn't. As far as we know, we have no proof of that.
No.
We have absolutely no proof of that.
I'll tell you what I have proof of because I worked with her. She is a
Dingbat?
mess.
No.
A complete
Mess?
mess.
She's a mess, yeah.
Well, what's your band's name? Hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was great.
By the way-
That was not a mess. That
No,
was-
and they had some good songs.
when her boobs came out playing guitar with Jimmy, I mean, it was just there's nothing better.
And finally, in this segment, Charlemagne the God is not a boob and is not a mess. He says, why are folks fighting about Trump deporting gangbanging criminals?
Yeah.
He's openly wondered why some Democrats have been actively fighting Trump over the deportation of criminals and gang members.
Have you seen the commercial?
Which
I think it's what's her name, Kelly. About President Trump. If you're an illegal immigrant, blah blah, we're going to find you and you are going to be gone if you don't leave on our accord.
You mean Holman? Holman saying that?
I believe it.
Yeah. It's Holman.
It's great.
How about the plane flight? They wanted to turn around.
If you leave, we will maybe consider having you back, and you will enjoy our freedom.
When we return, we do have Holman on video and audio that I think you'll get a kick out of. I love this guy. He's sort of a mush mouth. Oh, God, I hope that never gets to him. I don't mean that. I'm a fan of yours, Holman. But Tom, you got to admit, there's, still like Don Imus never am.
Shoot yourself in the foot again, man.
He just sort of talks like this. All right, lot to get to in the last hour. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio next on the Big Dog Abroad Chasing.
something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, hey, hey,
doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
You've done me wrong. Your time is up. You took a sip from the devil's cup. You broke my heart. There's no way back. Move right out.
don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe.
doohickey, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
You just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten them up loud.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Had to lighten them.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, mercy, babies. Welcome back to the big broadcasting dog. Ruff. On all fours at I-5, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Little homage to our favorite broad who has moved to Ireland. She's Irish, you know. You could
O'Donnell.
probably tell by her last name. That little homage. And I love this song. I mean, this is classic. For Rosie, for you, my young buck, go.
Girls, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. There's a two-legged animal running about.
Her name is Rosie O'Donnell. She's a man.
If it smokes a great big cigar.
Like me.
And it hangs around at a bar.
Like me.
If it tells the biggest lies, where's the loudest eyes?
Not me.
It's a man.
It's Rosie.
If it acts just like a cross patch.
Not sure what that means.
Has a face with whiskers that scratch.
Oh, yeah.
If it's stubborn as can be, mean and ornery.
What is it?
It's a man.
Rosie.
If it walks. If it talks.
Okay.
If its habits are a little bit peculiar.
Yeah.
If it brags and tries to make you think it's wonderful.
Then?
Be on the lookout.
What?
Don't let it fool you. But if it makes the moon up on high.
Oh, yeah.
More than just a light in the sky.
Yes.
If it kisses you and you find you like it to grab it.
Right.
It's a man.
Take heed, ladies. If a man kisses you, grab it.
Grab it.
Even unprovoked in your cubicle.
Just grab it.
Grab it.
If it whistles each time you pass.
Oh, yeah.
Owns a car that runs out of gas.
Oops.
Then it's time that you get hep. Better watch your step.
Oh, it's a rape.
Man, if it acts just like it's the boss. When it knows that you are, of course.
I think that's what she was insinuating.
It's a little
Baby, it's cold outside.
Very unfriendly.
Oh!
It's a man.
Oh, yeah?
If it walks. If it talks.
Okay.
If its habits are a little bit peculiar.
Just a little.
If it brags and tries to make you think it's wonderful. Be on the lookout. Don't let it fool you. But if it's kneeling down on one knee.
Oh, here we go.
Saying, darling, please marry me.
Oh, yes.
Then don't hesitate. Better name the date and then grab it. Hold it.
Yes.
Hang on to it.
Hold that.
For it's a man.
Words of wisdom. If any man proposes to you, you lovely lady, you must marry it.
Grab it, hold it, and hang on to it.
Otherwise, you become a spinster.
Yes, you must marry it. That's It's a Man song dedicated to the great Rosie O'Donnell. Breaking news, by the way, we just verified that not only did Rosie O'Donnell move to Ireland, she has filed legal papers to change her name to Pat McCooch. Yeah, so that's what happened to Rosie O'Donnell.
I heard all the rats are running back into Iowa.
And all the caterers are going out of business here.
Oh yeah, all the caterers.
Potatoes are gone.
Yeah, they're mourning. They're mourning the fact that Rosie has left the building. Rosie O'Donnell, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar. Those are your three choices. This is an easy one. While you're thinking about who to vote for, do this. By the way, those are for only those who are watching us on YouTube, on Rumble, and on X. BuyMeABourbon.com.
Yeah, that's really sad that you only judge people by the way they look and how attractive they are.
How so?
Thank you, Mary, for sending that.
Rosie, Joy, and Whoopi.
This has nothing to do with aesthetics. This has everything to do with what is spewed from those really large, nasty pie holes.
Oh, I thought you were
of
saying
theirs.
they were only successful because of their looks.
I did.
They are hot.
Perhaps.
Matt, by the way, you haven't brought this up, but did you hear that Trump took away security clearance for Kamala and Hillary Clinton today?
Oh, good. Okay. I am afraid, though, that if something happens to them, it'll backfire.
Of course.
No, he's doing it because they took it away from him.
Yeah, I know
retaliation.
I know they did.
La 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 la.
But Ralph Odiarda, you understand my concern here. You know the press will be all over that if something happens to them.
Well, nothing could. It's not like he's taking away their Secret Service detail.
Right.
That's next.
Just they can't get top secret
Their clearance. Yeah.
And the other thing, which is pretty funny,
Yeah.
they can't enter a federal building unescorted.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, God, I love that. So, Rosie O'Donnell, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, your three choices, my friends. Which one of these bloated miscreants deserve top honors as stupidest dip asses in media? Please vote in our comment section, and don't forget to buymeabourbon.com. Rosie O'Donnell, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar. How difficult is it? I see a lot of the other shows, they get a lot of comments. We're getting more comments, but we need even more than more comments.
Never enough. It's never enough.
Rosie O'Donnell, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, top honors.
Which one would you do?
As stupidest dip shit.
Oh.
I had to say it. So you needed to make a note. I got to bleep that for terrestrial, but I had to say it because they really are dipshits. There, I said it twice. In media. In media. Rosie O'Donnell, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar. Which one is it? Vote now and vote often. Be just like a Democrat. Vote often.
If you said it as the UK, where Rosie is dip shite, would you have to bleep that?
No, I would not.
Okay.
I can say shite.
Can we do mail-in votes?
No mail-ins.
Oh,
No, simply in the comments. I try to make this simple, and then
I
my
know.
brother Mart makes it real difficult.
Well,
Yeah. Does he think like you? Is he the everyman? Does he think like you? Is that? I mean, is that what's going on here? Does he ask the questions that should be asked?
That's a great question.
Yeah, right?
Let's vote on that.
Bring it on.
Yeah, while we're at it, okay. Democrat rep snaps. Oh, this is my up there with one of my favorites of the week. Democrat representative snaps over misgendering. Did you see this, Ralph?
Oh,
I saw it.
was that on the committee?
This is Democratic Representative William Keating.
This was awesome.
Yeah, I saw it.
This is better than awesome. This is the best. This is what we hope for, and I'm not certain this would be going on if the Orange Man weren't elected. No, right? But now we have sort of license to do the right thing because why? It's the right thing to do. Democratic Rep William Keating snapped at GOP Chairman Keith Self over misgendering Democratic lawmaker Sarah McBride during a congressional hearing, but Keith Self wasn't about to play along.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Chairman, could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply...
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will.
I will.
The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I mean, I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this.
You will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
Pause. Don't you love how these Democrats get their panties in a wad? I mean, it's consistent, man. It is absolutely consistent.
Like a judge.
Go.
This hearing is adjourned.
Was that it?
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
By the way,
Remember how I've told you to never touch that button with the headphones?
I didn't touch the button. I hit the machine by accident, so I'm fixing it.
But if you hit the...
It is now fixed.
But if you... No, it's not. No, I'm screwed up in my headphones now. Yeah, oh, man, getting worse.
How about now?
Okay.
Conversation over.
Yes, Mart?
Well, I don't know. I've heard now the headphone thing just screwed me up.
Why is it... So Mart starts the conversation... You know, by the way, this has been going on for almost 20 years. Mart will begin a conversation. You know this, Ralph. You've been around the show. Mart will start a conversation, then he said...
Well, no, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's because you guys interrupt.
No, what happens is a thought hits your head. You never really think through it.
Right.
And you just open your pie hole, and it
You're
comes
right,
out.
Ralph. Yeah, you're right, Ralph. You're right. Lord Ralph, you're right.
Okay.
Don't cut me up and bury me in the desert. It's okay,
Just say
buddy.
it.
Cornfield. Is it cornfield?
Now, hold on a second. Was that an ethnic slur because this man is Italian?
Yes. I mean,
because Ralph is Italian.
I just watched the end of Casino today, the movie, and I saw them burying live bodies in the desert, still alive.
It's
So what you're saying is because Ralph happens to be of Italian ethnicity, that he must be connected with the mob. That's not what makes him connected to the mob. It's because his dad was a member of the mob that connects him with the mob.
This meeting's adjourned.
Hey, did anyone else notice that Sarah McBride's response to Chairman Keith Self was "Thank you, Madam Chair"?
That's what I was about to say. She was playing along with it.
Yeah, William Keating didn't have a problem with that misgendering.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh, it's just the best.
Yes, I'll repeat it.
Misgendering. You're either a man or a woman or a man or a woman. It's a man. I think you're either one or the other.
And it's a man's world.
If you're a boy,
you're
gonna stay a boy.
I love that. Find that. That's what's his name? That's
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers,
Former Marine.
a former Marine, was so spot on and so ahead of his time. And who ever thought that in the future someone would listen to Mr. Rogers and say, "Oh my God, what a bigot! What a nasty piece of crap! What a guy that doesn't understand."
He destroyed children.
He destroyed children because he doesn't know
I grew up with him.
we go
Not a
through.
good example.
Did you find it?
I believe so.
All right,
No,
let's-
maybe not. This might be Carson.
Well, that's fine. Let's do that. This is good. And
When we did the takeoff in your show, did you ever start, or are they too young for that? You ever get into?
That's where they learn the differences. But there's a song called Everybody's Fancy.
Love it.
That I sing. Some are fancy on the outside, some are fancy on the inside. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine.
Nice.
But the second verse is very important.
What's the second verse?
Boys are boys from the beginning.
Oops.
Girls are girls right from the start.
Oops.
Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine, your body's fancy, and so is mine. Because sometimes children think that they might change. They might have to change after a while.
It's amazing.
And,
That's
you
so
know,
amazing.
We laugh about that now.
Yeah.
But it's because we had that concern when we were little.
Yeah, because you're really not sure. You thought maybe you'd become a girl, or a girl would become a boy, right?
Exactly.
It happens frequently out here.
It's great. It's from the 70s.
Some are fancy on the outside.
Get it, Mr. Rogers.
Some are fancy on the inside.
Speak the truth, Mr. Rogers.
Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady.
Nice.
Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies. Yes, sir. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine.
Love Mr. Rogers. By the way, some bodies are fancier than John Holmes' body was fancier
That's
than
pretty fancy.
He was pretty fancy.
On the outside.
Yeah, most men.
Oh, and a lot of women sit on the inside.
Well, who's fancy on the inside is Pamela Anderson.
By the way, that's
But
not that different from Life of Brian.
No. It's by the way, it's yeah. Let's take a little trip back to Monty Python, ahead of their time, and Monty Python, being from Great Britain and all,
That means they're liberal.
you know they're big liberals. However, you know when something smacks you in the face, but
Yeah.
they're making fun of this back then.
How many years ago?
As though it would not, 40 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
As though this would not become a reality, all targeted from the left to make us feel like bigots if we don't. That's what this is all about. It's we are nasty and bigot and pieces of crap if we don't agree with your stupid narrative that, well, no, a girl is not a girl, a man is not. You're wrong. You know that. I know that. Boy, you're just champing at the bit to play
I
this.
just thought you paused.
I want to be alone.
Man, he just he can't wait. But here we go. This is from 40 years ago, Monty Python.
I want to be a woman. From now on, I want you all to call me Loretta.
They did this as a bit.
I know.
What? It's my right as a man.
Well, why do you want to be Loretta, Stan?
I want to have babies.
You want to have babies?
It's every man's right to have babies if he wants them.
But you can't have babies.
Don't you oppress me.
I'm not oppressing you, Stan. I haven't got a womb. Where's the fetus going to gestate? You're going to keep it in a box?
Love it.
Here, I've got an idea. Suppose you agree that he can't actually have babies, not having a womb, which is nobody's fault, not even the Romans, but that he can have the right to have babies.
Good idea, Judith. We shall fight the oppressors for your right to have babies, brother. Sister. Boy.
What's the point?
What?
What's the point of fighting for his right to have babies when he can't have babies?
Right.
I want to be a woman.
I mean, right.
I want to be a woman.
How spot on.
It's just amazing that it was like almost 50 years ago.
Yes,
it's
now-
amazing.
And they're doing it as parody, but that's what really happened in the United States of America over the last several years. And so many of these idiot sticks bought into it instead of the Democrats. And most of the Democrats don't believe this crap. But they have to be in lockstep with an AOC and these idiots because they see these days AOC as the savior. Do you believe that? This little dumbbolt?
Oh.
But she's fairly hot and she's articulate in an odd sort of way. I mean, she can break down how you make toast in a toaster,
Yes,
right?
She knows what a toaster is.
She's very good at that.
Babies?
But she knows how to make a Bloody Mary.
There's a video of her making a Bloody Mary?
She was a bartender.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean she can make a good one. You have to be a real exceptional mixologist to know what you're doing, just the right amount of everything. You know, simple, what I've discovered, thank you for taking me off, but let's go with Bloody Marys. It's the weekend. You should be thinking about having a great Bloody Mary tomorrow morning, right when you wake up at 5 a.m. and then continue through the day. Otherwise, you start feeling crappy, right?
Right.
You just got to keep.
You do, yeah. You got to keep her going.
You got to keep it amped up and use tequila, make it a Bloody Maria instead. The greatest Bloody Mary was the simplest Bloody Mary at the Oak Bar in Midtown Manhattan at the Plaza Hotel. First of all, aesthetically, no better place to belly up to the bar and have a great cocktail. Absolutely no better place. You've been there, Ralph.
Many
know.
times.
And do you love it? I mean, just
How could you not?
absolute gorgeousness.
If I say so myself.
No,
you can say that in that context.
Well,
No, he can't.
No,
I can't.
No, he can't because he's not making the Bloody Mary.
Oh.
If he were making
And he
the,
doesn't own the bar.
yeah, and he doesn't own the
True.
bar. If he built the bar,
God, you guys
then,
are a bunch of
then he could say if I don't say so myself because he built the bar.
I get it.
But these Gen Zers use if I do say so myself when they're describing a baked potato or a drink that has been made by someone else. If I don't, no. You can only say that, lay claim to it, if indeed you were instrumental in the making of said whatever that thing was. Thank you, Ralph, for pointing that out.
Where are you going to put the fetus? In a box?
Here's the simplest Bloody Mary. It was a bloody bowl by definition. It was bouillon, little tomato juice, little salt, little pepper, and copious amounts of vodka, and a shrimp on the side.
No celery?
I had a shrimp. I don't believe. I think that was a little gauche there at the Oak Bar to throw in.
I thought
the
that was instrumental in the beginning of stirring.
No, I
it.
think that'll get rid of the celery, so they put them in the drink.
That's it. But that's why. But that's
For
why
what
they use the shrimp as the garnish in lieu of, because it's a high class joint. But it's that simple, and two of those. That is a beautiful Sunday afternoon at the Oak Bar, which I don't even think. Do they have that thing open again?
No.
It turned into condos or
Yes,
something?
it's done.
Whatever. It's a bad idea.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the first Bloody Mary.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay. See, that's why I can't finish.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah. Do you say so
I
yourself?
say so myself. No, because I didn't do this.
All right,
but
all right.
Yes, it's the beer. It's the Bloody Beer, and that's what started.
No, the first Bloody Mary was not a bloody beer.
No, it was not.
No, that was a Michelada.
Yeah.
No, damn, Dave.
Sorry, that
That's-
started in Mexico.
That's so new, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we corrected you. You were wrong.
Okay.
On to next stuff.
California Governor Gavin Newsom's
Look it up, Mark.
new strategy is to pretend he is not an American-hating libtard. So on this week's podcast, he spoke to Tim Walz, the always manly Tim Walz, about not dismissing people just because they are MAGA supporters, and it sounded like this.
Can't just dismiss people. This
How do you
notion
fight it?
This
I
notion
think
of
I could
tax.
kick most of their ass. I do think that if they wanted to. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place
stop.
where we want to.
Stop.
Stop or pause?
No, stop. Because he does. Listen to the way he says this. Right off the bat, he uses this incorrectly, which tells you what a puss this guy is. This guy wouldn't know about kicking anyone's ass. Go again, please.
Can't just dismiss people. This
How do you
notion
fight it?
This
I
notion
think
of
I could
tax.
kick most of their ass. I do think that if they wanted to. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
Here it is.
Counter
But it's a natural reaction. I think it's one of the reasons we're losing so many men. And again, it's multi-ethnic. It's not just white men. We're losing them. We're
That's
losing them
Newsom.
to these guys online. We're losing them to people that I'm bringing on this podcast as well. That's why I brought.
These are bad guys, though. These are bad guys.
But they exist, and we could deny they exist. They exist. Not only they exist, they persist, and they're actually influencing young kids every single day.
How do we push some of those guys back under a rock?
I didn't even hear it the second time. He talks about. Somehow I missed that. Is my hearing going?
You want to do it again?
Yeah. Just the beginning of that. Go.
Can't just dismiss people. This
How do you
notion
fight it?
This
I
notion
think
of
I could
tax.
kick most of their ass.
That's it. Okay, stop. I think I could kick. This is Tim Walz, the real man. I think I could kick most of their ass. First of all, Tampon Tim, it's asses, not ass.
Right.
Which shows that man has never been in a fight in his effing life.
Never.
I could kick most of their ass. You know what I could do? I could kick most of their ass.
Yeah, he has no grammar, no functional.
It's plural, Tampon Tim. Second, have you noticed that for a party that for years has claimed Trump supporters are dangerous and violent, it is always the left who continuously calls for violence? Maybe Tampon Tim will feel better if he burns down a Tesla dealership.
Wow.
Would that make him a man?
Matt, I listened to that whole interview.
Yeah.
And there's something.
Get his mic up there, or maybe you don't need to.
And there's something he said that I have never said before. And Newsom brought up about toxic masculinity and just being masculine. And then Tim Walz says, look, I'm not gay. Have you ever just thrown out, I'm not gay?
I would never. And by the way, if I am called gay by someone, it doesn't offend me because I don't care. I know who I am. My masculinity is in check. And P.S., if I were gay, I've said this on the show a million times, I'd be the first to say, swing it, baby.
I have never just thrown out there, I'm not gay.
No, that's weird. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
Isn't that telling?
A little bit.
Thou protest.
And he also sounded a lot like RFK Jr. which is weird.
Well, I don't think RFK Jr. That guy works out like a son of a bitch.
I'd like to see Tim Walz try to kick his ass.
I would love.
Yeah.
By the way, let's sanction that cage match. Are we onto something?
Yes.
And then let's bring Joe Rogan into the mix.
When we return, Jimmy Kimmel justifies Tesla terrorism next on Outlaw.
I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one in this lonely hotel suite. The journey's long, and I feel so bad. I'm thinking back to the last day we had. Old moon fades into the night. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we are each other's On a clear day, I'll fly home to you. I'm bending time, I'm getting back to you. Old fades into the night. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we are each other's destiny. I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we are each other's destiny.
Arbitron and search rated #1.
This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, the man who is always right.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies, to the big dog, the ferocious dog, broadcasting From Magic Matt Outlaw Radio headquarters here in the San Fernando Valley, in the hills of the San Fernando, spitting distance from where those Hollywood miscreants live. I'm pointing there, for those of you watching us on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, over there. That's where they live. It's 12 minutes away on the 170. No, you're pointing the wrong way, Ralph. It's that way. You really don't.
You're pointing to the backyard,
Hollywood,
which is going the other way.
Wrong.
He's right. He's right, Ralph. I got to say, he's
Hollywood
right.
is that way, Ralph.
No, he is right. It's like a weird vortex in here.
Is it?
It's a weird vortex, and I get screwed up too.
That looks like he's pointing north.
You are
No, north is that way.
You are that messed up where you don't know I'm pointing toward Hollywood?
You're pointing east, Ralph.
I want you to get a compass app on your phone.
I am pointing absolutely to Hollywood by pointing that way. That's Hollywood right there. Right there.
No, the 170.
Okay.
It is that way.
I have to say, I don't agree with him often, but he is correct.
Welcome
That's
back.
fine. I can admit when I'm wrong.
Welcome back to the big ferocious.
Let's end the show on that note.
Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio here on Outlaw Radio. We still have a bunch of URLs. Our Kamalato.us will still get you to our show
We're
on
getting rid of
YouTube.
that, man. What the hell?
TamponTim.us.
Tampon Tim, yes. And speaking of Tampon Tim, I just want to play the first part of that Tampon Tim again, where he wants to kick, here, play it, and then we'll hear this, because it'll all gel together. It'll dovetail perfectly for where we're going next. Go
Can't
ahead.
just dismiss people.
Wait, stop. I'm sorry. That voice is
Gavin
from
Newsom.
our really nasty, nasty piece of crap, lying son of a bitch governor, Gavin Newsom. Go.
Can't just dismiss people. This
How do you
notion
fight it?
Well, this
I
notion
think
of
I can
tongues.
kick most of their ass. I do think
Okay,
that.
stop. So I can kick most
Big
of
dummy.
their. I can I can kick most of their ass.
God.
Someone needs to challenge him.
I got it. I'm doing it. I'm in.
No.
No,
So-
Joe Rogan needs to challenge him.
Yeah.
Tyrus did on Gutfeld.
Yeah.
Wait, by the way, Tyrus, good man.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he means when he makes that move with his hands when the audience applauds, and it goes that way.
No, that's what he used to do when he was a wrestling champ. He used to do that little thing.
What does that mean?
No, that was just his move when he knocked somebody out.
Signature move.
Yeah.
Just a gesture.
He is underrated as an interviewer. His interview with Donald Trump, I think, was spot on and perfection. And he's an articulate guy. And I don't know how funny he is. He's funny on occasion. Listen. I'd pay money to see his stand up because I like the man a lot.
Hey,
But-
Mark, buy us tickets.
yeah. Would you do that?
And drive us there?
Well, yeah. Do all that so we can get nasty drunk. Nasty drunk, and we don't have to sit behind the wheel. However, even the three of us, Ralph Odierna, Tattoo Dave, my producer, and my own self, nasty drunk behind the wheel, still drive better than Mark C.G. Boyer.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's a dirty, rotten shame, but that is the honest to God
By the way,
truth.
I think I can.
By the way, I was in a car once, and Lori Downey Jr., who also likes to have a cocktail or two,
she will tipple.
she had a
No,
15-minute
pardon
argument
me.
with you, and she
Tipple.
stared at you the entire time while she was driving, never looking forward.
I remember one time, and you escaped this wrath. We had a beautiful time in Palm Springs, and we were drinking copious amounts at an event with Bert, not Bert Ward,
Bert
but
Cummings.
Bert Sugarman.
No. Bert Ward was
Sugar.
No, he was Robin. No, who was Batman? He was there.
Adam West.
So
Adam
West was there, and a bunch of cool classic, the guys that I really and gals that I really love from the old days of television.
The time when it was real.
Yeah, it was a great event, and everything was going along swimmingly until we get in the car. Lori's driving. All of a sudden, switch. It was like a button is pushed, and for 2.5 hours, I had to hear the most heinous, nasty crap about me, my family, my folks,
It's a woman.
folks that aren't even a family member, but just said hi to me one day.
I just got to ask, for 2.5 hours, where the hell were you guys driving to?
Well, I'll tell
From
you.
Palm Springs home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was, and by the way, It took everything I had just to shut the F up because there is no upside to saying anything.
No, I'm saying she yelled at you for literally 15 minutes, never looking at the road. Just staring at you, yelling at you.
So see, Ralph, you saw a snippet of what I have gone through.
You would have been walking home from Palm Springs.
I forget the poem or the book or where this appears, but when it ends discussing a little girl, and it says, when she's bad, she's really bad.
Oh,
but
no.
when she's, or whatever,
No,
she's awesome, or she's an angel.
My friend Lane Stanley wrote that lyric in one of his songs from Alice in Chains. He said, when she's bad, she's really bad. When she's good, she's so damn good.
Well, yeah, it's it wasn't what I was thinking of, but
no, that's
Lane,
the same fairy
Lane,
tale.
God bless you.
That's the same thing you're talking about. That's where you got it.
Thank
from
you,
children's
Marty.
Children's book. That's where you got it from.
Yeah, just keep.
So yes, it is the same thing. Anyway,
it's not.
I guess I'm wrong.
It's not because it's not what the words. That's not. He took it from that. Okay, who cares? Nice. I just gave Lane friggin'. Isn't he dead?
Yes. God rest his soul.
Okay. By the way, I listened to one of their greatest songs last night. And I thought to myself, it was on the way to a poker tournament last night. And I thought to myself, that is one of the greatest songs of all time.
What was it?
Well, just name one of the greatest songs of all time that they did.
Oh, Chains Wood.
Man.
Who's they?
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains.
Man in a box.
Oh, the rooster?
Yeah, maybe it was
might have
that.
been
It could have been the rooster.
pictures of my boy.
Well, no, that's bad. But
I don't know.
That's great.
But anyway, they did some good stuff. Okay. Hey, a guy that continues to do just the opposite of good stuff, Jimmy Kimmel, justifies Tesla terrorism, spreads the false Nazi claim, just like our comedian friend, who Tattoo Dave, our producer, wishes I would stop talking about, who throws throws Elon under the bus. Now, can't you tell that I forgot his name? See, that's
Bill Burr.
Yeah, so I throw it out there, hoping my producer will say, Bill Burr. You mean Bill Burr?
I do mean Bill Burr.
Well, I said it
You
hurts.
mean Bill Burr, that
It hurts.
lefty?
It really hurts.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel Live host, and every time I'm in that neck of the woods in Hollywood and I have to see his friggin' name there on Hollywood Boulevard, do you think I'm pissed off?
Yeah, of course.
No.
I don't know why Howard Lapidus ever discovered him.
Dead.
That's why.
He was dead. That's why he discovered.
God rest Howard Lapidus.
I think one of the only funny guys that Howard discovered was Tom Green. And
Tom Green is a moron.
Out of control. Well, no, hold on, Dave. Maybe he's.
Don't single me out.
Tom Green is a bit of a one-trick pony,
No,
but
no,
I like him. He was over here on the show. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Is he one of us? I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
Okay,
So I rest my case.
I take it back. He's not a good guy.
That's why
exactly.
yeah. He kicked me off his Instagram after this show because of that.
Yeah,
Because
so did the little.
yeah, he blocked me.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
Come on. What do you want?
So did the little harp player, Mrs. Sunshine.
I don't even hold that against. He's Canadian. He's got to be on the left. I mean, he's sort of.
He married Drew Barrymore. He's a dumb dip.
No. That's not.
That's
What?
pretty
That's
smart.
not dumb, bro.
No. That's not dumb. That's good poontang.
I'd hammer the hell out of
Think of what he got in that divorce, pal.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, think about what he got through the.
Yeah, who was the rich guy there?
No
It's
kidding.
Drew Barrymore.
All right.
ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live host Jimmy Kimmel seemingly justified the recent string of vandalism and arson attacks against Elon Musk's Tesla dealerships and vehicles while spreading a debunked Nazi salute hoax. This is this little piece of crap, this ass bite, who I would fight. I would fight.
Ring match.
You bet your ass.
Ring match.
I would fight that piece
You
of
can
crap.
knock him down in one punch.
Believe me, I will. I will take him on if someone will accept that challenge. So there he is, and he says, poor guy, sarcastically, of Musk and the company facing attacks, adding, you do one, maybe two Nazi salutes. Everybody gets all bent out of shape. Shut the F up, you piece of crap. God, I can't stand it. How is he still on? Didn't he retire? Isn't it going away?
I have no idea. I lost all respect for Kimmel when he came out. It was about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and said if it wasn't for Obamacare, his son wouldn't have had insurance.
Right.
This is a dude making $15 million a year.
Yeah, he's got a
He's
tough...
worried about health insurance?
He has a very tough time paying the old rent-a-roo. Caitlyn Jenner mocking Waltz's claim. The aforementioned Tim Dip S. Waltz claiming his masculinity scares conservatives. I am more masculine than Tim, Caitlyn Jenner says. Olympic gold medalist, reality TV megastar Caitlyn Jenner reacted to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, bizarrely suggesting his masculinity scares conservatives, declaring, "I am more Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he is more mad. He could kick Tim Walz's ass.
Yeah. Hold on a second. How are you
and
even making this a comparison?
That
He's
is
a man.
the definition of masculine. I am more masculine, Jenner wrote in an X post, reacting to an interview clip that we just played. Yes, you are.
Of course you are. You're a man.
Mel Gibson, runaway favorite for California governor. Did you hear about this? Mel Gibson for California governor?
I didn't hear that, but I would love it.
A poll has emerged citing him as a popular Republican candidate to run for office. The problem is the R.
Well, how does he do in the synagogues?
Is he?
Not well. Not well at all.
It was a long time ago.
Wait a second. Wait a second. The same Jews on campuses who are big fans of Hamas. Yeah. So how do you explain that one?
What was the movie called?
By the way,
John
Cusack, and make sure that Ralph's mic is up because it's been low.
It's always up. He's just far away from it.
I am not. I'm right on it, dude.
John Cusack at Tesla's takedown mass mobilizing calls Elon Musk. He says he's literally killing people. Remember when John Cusack was just sort of a fun little actor?
Right.
No,
he's a lefty.
You don't?
I don't.
Yeah, but he is the star of Say Anything.
I have met him many times, and he is
He's
total
a
douchebag.
Yeah. He said Tesla CEO Elon Musk is literally killing people due to his work with the Department of Government Efficiency.
Is he killing astronauts?
I don't think so. I think he saved. Didn't he save?
I think he tried to kill him, but magically they landed.
Yeah, these are unprecedented times of mass criminality, declared Cusack. Like Trump, Musk is a pathological liar. He's a criminal. He's a sociopath and a ghoul.
He's a ghoul.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because it's a thriller.
What a friggin'.
Cusack is a douche.
He really is.
Yeah.
No, he really
Chain smoker too.
Hands down. And Fetterman gives a stinging reply to an AOC suggestion that Democrats should fight harder. Fetterman said...
Fetterman.
Yeah, well, delivering speeches, Ocasio-Cortez told listeners, we need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us. Fox News reported, in response, Fetterman sort of shared a screenshot of an Axios story highlighting her comments, then added his own statement. Fetterman said, fight harder? A stunt that would have harmed millions and plunged us into chaos? We kept our government open. Deal with it, he wrote.
That's what he said. Deal with it.
Deal with it. Deal with it.
I like Fetterman.
Well,
he buried Britney Spears.
He came around. He came around after the stroke.
I'm a fan.
Maybe it was a stroke.
I'm a fan. However, he's, as my best buddy John Albee will tell you, he's still one of them.
No, I will disagree.
Yes.
He is the modern Democrat Joe Manchin. He will vote with us.
Maybe he is.
I believe that.
Maybe he is. Well, I hope you're not being duped by the tall man wearing khakis.
Whoa!
Okay?
He does have good legs.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
right, I'll go with that.
Okay, play this. Very hairy. Okay, I'm about to get into this AOC versus Tom Homan. So play this little snippet you got on your phone here. Hopefully, it's a short one. Who is this speaking?
It's Kelly.
It's Kelly Cronin. Yeah, it's Kevin Cronin from formerly of Journey. Yeah. I
lost it.
Okay, so let's go. AOC, which arguably stands for another obnoxious C word. Oh, did Matt just say that? Well, you misogynistic pig. Yeah. Last out at Customs Enforcement Director Tom Homan for removing violent illegal immigrants from our country. So AOC doesn't like the idea of removing the nasty folks from our country.
You mean the rapists and murderers?
Who like to do, no. Train's pulled out. Let's just move on.
Okay.
Listen to her, and then let's hear Tom Homan's response. Here we go, AOC and Tom Homan.
Every time you see Tom Homan on Fox News, every time you see these law enforcement officials doing flashy television interviews, understand that they are taking attention and focus and real dollars and real resources away from actual drug enforcement, trafficking enforcement, actually going after and actually trying to investigate really harmful activity that is happening.
Look, I take pleasure in the fact I can live in her mind rent-free every day. That means I'm over the target. That means I'm making a difference. Bottom line is, She needs to look at the data. ICE is out. We've already arrested more criminal illegal aliens in 6 weeks than the Biden administration did in a year. The border is sealed, 96% decline in illegal immigration. And when 96% less people are coming across that border, how many children aren't dying? How many women aren't being sex trafficked? How many non-suspected terrorists aren't getting in the country? How many pounds of fentanyl isn't getting in to kill Americans? This administration has done more for the safety and security of New York than she's ever done or ever will do. So then we're going to keep doing what we do. I'm not running a popularity contest. No. If she don't like me, I'll wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
That means I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
I love that, Tom Holman. Hey, by the way, this means you are, my friend, directly over the target. Don't ever forget that. I'm not talking just to Tom here, but if they have a problem with you, we're doing the right thing. What are you doing over there? Yeah, I'm hearing a cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to go to break because I want you to know that this could be my favorite clip of the week when we return. Washington State Mayor versus LGBTQ activists. Did you hear this, Ralph?
I may have.
How tough can it be just to find a song, just to go to break? That's all.
Any song.
Any song. This song.
How about this one?
Okay. All right, Tattoo Dave. Let's go with this
That
one.
works.
It's, by the way, a remake of a classic by Jimi Hendrix. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Now we return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
Oh yeah. Beth and Tony. I think I forgot to show this last week on the show. I tried this. It's called Maru Ravai the Bitters. It's made, my mic's way too loud. It's made in Wisconsin, and I'm showing you this on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's how you find us. Or just simply kamalato.us. We'll find us here.
Zha's leg.
This, I got to tell you, you like an old-fashioned on occasion, do you not, Ralph?
I do. I like a Manhattan, too.
This is the greatest bitter. You don't use this in a Manhattan, though. But in a classic Wisconsin, gorgeous old-fashioned, where you use brandy in lieu of bourbon, this stuff is the best. Made in Wisconsin. Beth and Tony, thank you. Yeah, Ralph?
I was at a place and I ordered a Manhattan on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And the bartender said perfect or regular.
Yeah.
What is a perfect Manhattan?
Yeah, a perfect has bitters.
Okay.
Thank you. I think Beth and Tony don't like me anymore because they send you all the stuff. I don't get any. You think, or you talk
Or
about
maybe
it.
it's not your show.
Doesn't matter.
Excellent. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Washington State Mayor, by the way, I was born almost in Washington State, Portland, Oregon. Kitty Corner, just right next. There's still a Burgerville, USA, right there in Vancouver,
sir.
Washington.
Yes, there is.
Some of the greatest burgers up there with In-N-Out. Sparks.
Dick's is great.
Sparks flew at us. Okay, and that's the quote from Mart this week.
And let's put that on a loop.
Dicks are great.
Dicks are awesome.
All right.
Dick's burgers are great. I like
All
it in my
right.
mouth.
I only have a couple seconds to get to this. Sparks flew at a city council meeting in Newcastle, Washington. Where is that? I know Washington.
Newcastle
really
is
well.
it's almost
Okay.
Vancouverish.
Okay. Located 12 miles from Seattle.
Oh, it's 12 miles from Seattle.
Yeah, no idea where that is.
It's not even close to Vancouver.
I lived there for years. When an LGBTQ activist lashed out at Mayor Robert Clark because he announced plans to fly a POW flag under the U.S. flag for 100 days a year. Washington State Mayor thought it was a good idea. Announced, man, are we with this man? This is how it went.
Yeah. Hold on.
I can add Phil if you want.
No. It's that's on. No. What I'll do is I'll edit right into this so our producer sounds like he's on the ball. Go.
This is how it went.
Start with a quote from Mayor Clark back in June 2024. If we start raising flags, then we got to raise everybody's. Do you want a Hamas flag flying over the city of Newcastle, or a MAGA flag? How about a Trump flag or an Antifa flag? We're not going there, folks. Not while I'm mayor. I'm sorry. I find it really interesting that your perspective on flags has evolved so much.
I found this confusing too, because didn't she say not while I'm mayor?
Yeah.
And then, but that's not Robert Clark, right?
Well, my buddy Mark Walker said it's a woman mayor in Washington.
Don't you notice that Mark's mic is up way too loud?
Yes,
That's why
we
he's
can hear him.
distorting?
I have a very loud voice. Sorry.
I don't notice that.
I do.
Oh, well, I do.
That's because you're on a
But
different feed.
explain to me.
This is the Phil I was going to add. The POW MIA flag
Yes.
and the U.S. flag flying together was enacted by President Obama.
Right.
Okay, so this has been in place now for 15, 16 years.
Yes.
And the LGBT community wants to throw their stupid pride flag up there.
Yeah.
That's not how it happens.
That's parallel to the prisoners of war
And,
flag,
by the way,
Yeah.
I am going on record as saying, yes, that flag is effing stupid.
Yes.
It's stupid. Continue.
Well as on proclamations over the last year. Happy to hear that, and I'm hoping that we can look forward to your support of the pride flag and proclamation this year.
No. No.
Since you have a newfound appreciation for other flags other than
Pause.
just
A pride flag that celebrates someone's sexual prowess that the vast majority of folks don't perform. Right? That's what this
and
is.
don't care about.
Yeah, and don't really give an F. I mean, have a happy day, but we don't
Yeah.
have to see your stupid flag.
Yeah,
Go.
I don't go on telling whoever I do.
Go.
the U.S. flag. My research shows that there's been 82,000 Americans who are registered as POWs or MIAs, but there's 20 million minimum LGBTQ members.
Wow.
So when we're talking about special interests,
Wow.
let's just have some intellectual integrity.
Wow.
I've talked before about
Pause.
the
One more
hypocrisy of so many
second.
people-
This is pissing me off so much. So LGBTQ deserves a flag where POWs, because there are less of them still alive. You effing bitch.
Wow.
You effing bitch.
What a C word.
That are no longer alive, but were alive. They were prisoners of war who fought for our country and fought for your right to say what you're saying right now. You stupid idiot bitch. Continue.
Pull up on that dais, and I think that your approach to trying to trick people out of having to fly the pride flag in June by making sure that the POW MIA flag was flown is really disgusting, and again,
No,
it's
you're
not
disgusting.
impartial in any way, and I think that you should be ashamed. I
Is she the mayor?
No, she's the activist.
She's
It's
not the mayor, right?
common
She's
to
speaking
respond to public comment, but I will not sit here and have somebody tell me that veterans are a political stunt. How dare you?
Right.
This country was founded because veterans lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of people died for this country so that you could fly your pride flag.
Yes.
And man, I am pissed. I'm sorry. This is out of line, and perhaps my council members will censure me for this, but do not ever disparage veterans in my presence. Those 82,000 people who never came home will never have a chance to have a family or grow up while you can fly your pride flag. They sacrificed their lives all over the world for America and for freedom around the world. I tolerate your comments, which are always on the attack, and all in your libelous comments on Facebook. I tolerate it because, you know, you probably can't help yourself, but don't ever disparage veterans in front of me. Don't ever disparage veterans in front of me, and we're done.
Well said. Unbelievable.
That was the man.
Yeah, God bless. Yeah, God bless you. We're dealing with mentally deficient pieces of crap.
These are devil's disciples, man. The devil's disciples.
My thanks to Tattoo Dave.
Why, thank you.
His return. My brother
Marty.
Mark. Ralph O'Dearna.
You got it right.
The Sleeper, Mark C.G. Boyer.
And loving it.
Our Marine out there, busy, grueling, slaving over hot coals. He's not even making barbecue. He's just slaving.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Jewish barbecue.
I hope he's making barbecue.
By the way, that's a Freudian slip. And I'm wearing a Freudian slip today. Yeah, I love our Billy Dilly. Lori Downey Jr. stopped by for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that sure was.
And
No, she said she was going to a wedding and she'd be back. I'm
She's
like,
coming
how-
back. Yeah.
How long does a wedding take?
Is she getting
Whatever.
married?
I'm Magic Matt. Love you, Alexandra. Mom and Dad, love you. And don't forget, bumblebees can't fly.